Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and lovers of drones everywhere. Welcome to Thursday Night Live. Everything's good in the world. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Welcome. Hey, it's Jake Sloan from Alaska, knocking on that wood. How you doing,
That's
buddy?
Right. I'm knocking on wood. And Ken, I've got a drone here that I'm willing to sacrifice or whatever we need to do to make sure things go right tonight. If we think that'll help.
Are we going to sacrifice our DJI FPVs to the drone gods?
Will it help with Wirecast issues?
If it did, I would burn it now, right now. Anyway, for those computer geeks that know what's going on in the world, there's been some Chinese hacking going on, and Windows users have had to continually update to try to stay ahead of it all. So I rebooted not 2 minutes ago, and I'm like, come on SSDs, come on, let's go. And so we were on, I called Jake like 2 minutes ago. Anyway, here we go. Yep. It's a big show tonight. Jake from Alaska, you've got some amazing footage that we're going to share that's getting national attention. Yeah, and our guest tonight is Sean Geeksvana from the UK. He's got some inside scoop on all the latest, and quite possibly the Mavic 3. What? And the Phantom, the Phantom 6. Yeah, I heard from the grapevine they're just going to skip 5, go right to 6. I'm just kidding. That's an April Fool's. Yes.
I would, even though it's April Fool's, and even though I know that there's tons of jokes flying around today, I would believe pretty much anything that Geeksvana says, just because he has such a great accent.
Oh, yes. That English accent puts gravitas over everything. He could say,
so
and now, this just in, I say, pigs are flying around London Square. And we'd be like, well, okay, I guess pigs are flying. Anyway.
Yeah, I would believe it.
Thanks, everybody, for the early super chats. I couldn't scroll back before it, but I think El Smeghead, TJ Grady donated to the cause, and Mr. Bruns / droning on with 50-pounder. Let's give him. That's 10 apiece, 5 pounds for that. He says, hope everything goes well tonight, Ken. Here are some pennies for the awesome channel and chat, and towards a new PC if needed. Code Browns are banned for the next few hours. Well, I'm wearing some diapers, so I'll be good for a little bit. And El Smeghead. That is. El Smeghead with a 20-pounder. Thank you, sir. Just because I love you, Ken. And I love you too, buddy. And Trucker Beetle Bailey with a $5 super sticker.
Stickers, I like stickers, yes I do.
And there's a video from Trucker Beetle Bailey that I'll share later on. He's the guy who got the brick in the mail instead of the DJI FPV, which once you finally get it and fly it, you'll realize they're pretty much the same thing. I'm just kidding. Come on, I'm kidding. I love to kid. I'm kidding.
It's a brick with motors?
It's I still I'm not in love with it, but it does fly and it's fun. It's fun. But it's a toy.
It is fun. You can't do you just can't do the things that it can't do. That's a super profound statement, but
right. That's exactly right. It does have its limits, but it is fun because after all, it's a toy. Would you agree?
That's right.
It's not a tool, it's a toy. Anyway, I could go on.
Absolutely a toy.
So let's get right out of the way our favorite sponsor, ladies and gentlemen. Our favorite sponsor of all time. I'm talking, of course, about a pigeon. A jerky.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, the Cadillac of processed meats. You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, and you'll give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow, and it's full of fiber to make them go.
Here we go.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky,
the Cadillac of processed meats. Yeah. All right. Thanks to Pigeon Jerky sponsoring the show since 19... They've been on for a while.
Do you ever eat pigeon jerky and find yourself coughing up a feather or two?
All the time.
Oh, good.
All
Not
the
just
time.
me then. I was wondering.
But you know who else really loves pigeon jerky?
Who?
El Smeghead. And we've got a
Does
new.
he really?
Yeah, we've got a new video from him later on that Jeff will like. that Jeff will like. He always comes up with some funny things. Media Mike, hey man, thanks. Media Mike, that's $20 from Media Mike. And he says, good evening, Ken and Jake. Nothing but smooth sailing tonight. Smooth. It's going to be smooth.
Smooth.
Yes. Art Code Drone Solutions with a $5. Fingers crossed. Have a great show, Ken. I think that there's a percentage of people watching that were taking bets in Vegas and whether I was even coming back this week. If you watched last week's stream, because oh my god, you know, I plan this thing out to the nth degree, and then when something derails it, I get red in the face. But that's okay. It's all about fun. And actually, Jake, you and I were talking yesterday, I believe, about the miracle that what we're doing actually is. So we can't really get that upset about it. We're broadcasting in real time all over the world. I'm talking to you across the country. We've got London calling, going to be a guest. I mean, it's really a miracle of technology, and for us to get upset when it glitches once in a while, that's really kind of lame, right?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that tonight's show is going to be brought to you via at least 2 undersea cables that run for thousands of miles under the ocean, where there are sharks and fish chewing on the cables all the time.
Yeah,
it's pretty amazing.
Are we going through that cable?
Well, I know to
guess
Alaska, there's only 5 or 6 undersea cables that run up here, and that's how we get all of our internet.
That's right, and it can't be line of sight because, well, I mean, unless you believe the Earth is flat. And I don't think, is there any flat earthers watching? If there is, just leave. Just leave. We don't need you. I mean,
you know, I had somebody comment on one of my videos the other day about, are you a flat earther? And I was like, what? Why would you even think that I was a flat? Why would you? Do
I look like I didn't graduate high school? Come on. Mark with a $5 super sticker.
Stickers, I like stickers.
Yeah, we know how that goes. Thank you very much for that. All right. So, before we get into the news, and there's a lot of news, so I apologize to Geeksvana, and it's going to be, let me see. Alexa, what time is it in London?
In London, it's 1:07 a.m.
Oh, lordy lord. It's going to be 2 a.m. before we get to him, but we've got to get... I made sure that everything is going to go smooth, because I've got all the videos from last week and a few from this week, and we're going to play them all. Whether Jake goes sleepy time and just can't take it anymore, I will stay up and I'll play every single one of the videos that you send in. And I thank you for doing that. By the way, if you want to send in a video, you can do that here. KenHeronUpload@gmail.com. Of course, make sure to include what music you used, because YouTube will get its panties in a wad, and the one way that you can prevent that from happening is by using Epidemic Sound. Free trial link in the description for 30 days free. It's retroactive, so if after 30 days you decide you don't want it, and you won't because it's cool, and it's got great music and sound effects, but if after that it's retroactive, so anything that you used on YouTube in that time, well, then you can still use, and they won't fault you even after your subscription ends. And remember, if it's not Epidemic, it's crap!
That's right.
Yes.
One of my favorite things about Epidemic Sound is the fact that you have this huge sound effects library too. So if you want to make one of those drone videos where you hear the sounds of what it would sound like if you were, sitting there, it's all there. You can have all the sound effects you could ever possibly need to add to your drone videos.
Absolutely. And little bleeps and blips and fart noises. I mean, you can really tell a good library from their selection of farts. And there's a fine selection of farts from Epidemic.
They have a plethora of flatulence.
They do. Now, Jake, let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. Speaking of Epidemic, you sent me some footage, and it didn't have any music. So what I did was I scored your video with Epidemic.
Ooh.
Okay? All right? You curious how that worked out? Okay. So this is, and God help me if it's glitchy, I'll just end things now. And I don't think it will be, because we rebooted 10 times. But this is...
Oh, that should be good.
This is from Jake on one of his Alaska glacier adventures. Check this out. This is amazing. Music by Epidemic Sound.
Because it's not crap.
That's right. I hope we're streaming. Yeah, it's happened again. All right. I blame Jeff. No, I don't blame Jeff. I blame Wirecast. Wirecast is doing something. Anyway, if you're watching this stream after the fact, hopefully that'll be instantaneous. It was actually 2 minutes or so before I could bring it back. So now I've got to bring everyone back. Let me bring everyone back here. All right. It's going to be all right. I'm just breathing. It's going to be all right, Ken. It's all right, buddy. It's okay, pal. All right. Everything's coming back. Stand by. Okay, we got that. Yeah, I know. My face is red. So we're going to call Jeff. God damn. Jeff, we're live.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, what the happened? What is going on? Why does this keep happening, even after we fix things?
Well, what doesn't make any sense is that during the run-up, when we were preparing, we played videos. We were preparing the news, and we ran through videos, and nothing went wrong. Mm-hmm. But when we played that helicopter video the first time, the computer was having problems showing it in Wirecast.
Yeah.
And then the second time, after you restarted, you started playing the video.
Okay.
And
so I don't need not to be rude, Jeff, but I know what happened. So tell me why it happened.
I'm trying to think. It has to be something.
By the way, Jeff is my computer guy.
Video.
Jeff is my computer guy here. So.
Yeah, it has to be with the formatting of the video and Wirecast not liking.
No, that's not it. It's just it's doing screen capture. That's what it's doing.
And yeah, that's where I need Greg's support. He's
it's not.
Genius.
Is the sound clipping? Sound is.
They
clipping?
say that the audio was clipping a bit.
Really? So
I was listening on my phone and it sounded good to me.
Yeah. If you're watching and you haven't refreshed your device, it could look or sound a little weird. So just do that. But so should I? There's some pending Windows. Should we just say to hell with it?
The Windows updates aren't going to have any impact on what this issue is. This issue is something else. This is something involving the way that Wirecast is showing these videos.
Okay.
So, and I'm not sure exactly why that's happening. Greg was the one that was telling us last week.
Take that off your screen if you would there. I'm going to call Greg. We'll do this. We're
going to do a live technical
We'll do this.
here.
We'll do this live. What is it? Bill O'Reilly said, we'll do it live.
No.
Get. Sorry, children.
Hello.
Hey, Greg, I can't show you, but you're here. So,
Okay.
The problem it keeps happening. So what the hell is going on?
Which problem? Because I was in the middle of doing something I needed to do today.
Computer just shuts down.
He played a video and the computer shut down.
I paid $16,000 for this computer, so that wouldn't happen. You remember that, Jeff? You remember? You're like, why are you paying so much for this computer?
It's not the computer. It is not.
And I'm in no mood for any Mac PC jokes, so let's just get some solutions here, or I'm honestly, I think I need to go to the emergency room because I'm having palpitations. This is pissing me off so much.
Okay.
Is it Wirecast?
I wouldn't be able to diagnose that with 100% certainty during the call, but let me think. You fixed the space issue?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You vacuumed the computer?
Yeah, I vacuumed it, yeah.
The one thing I would have tried is a reseat of the graphics card because it seems to be when you're doing graphicsy stuff.
Do I need any drivers? I don't think I do.
No, your drivers should be up to date, and reseating the card would require you shutting everything down.
Yeah, resetting the card. That's the one thing that I would do next if it was my computer.
Let me ask you this, Jeff. And I know this is so boring to people watching. After this wacky anti-Chinese hack virus, whatever the F it is, update, it seemed like GeoForce had an update. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, no, there was a driver update that came through NVIDIA.
Okay, no, there is. No, here we go. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna update my video live. Let's see what happens.
Update your drivers while you're streaming? That sounds good.
Yeah, why not? Let's see what happens.
No.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it, man.
What could possibly go
Hold
wrong?
on. Let me get ready.
No. I got NS.
All right.
I'm
Hey,
fine.
Jeff. Jeff, can you send me one of those antacids, please?
Yes.
Hang
Yes,
on,
I'll mail you
let me
some.
just go to the fridge. I got to get a bottle of wine or a beer or something.
Flash my RAM, whatever that is. Somebody said,
I'm ready.
hold on. Okay. Do I want to allow this app to make changes? You sure? Do it. Do it. Whatever the hell. Do it.
I mean, is it one of those things where like that you're this far down the road now already? Why not just go all the way down the rabbit hole and see where it ends?
I believe in full transparency. Full transparency.
If you're
Oh,
gonna
boy.
blow up, do it
Thank
big.
God.
What? I mean, if it's a video problem, right? Then it needs the video card update. Jeff, tell the people what kind of video cards I have. Tell them how much I freaking spent on these bitches.
You have two SLI 2030 series video cards, I think it is, with 16 gigabytes of memory on each, with 60 gigs of high-speed memory, 64 gigs of high-speed memory in the computer, as well as probably somewhere in the nature of 20 terabytes of hard drive space.
32.
32 terabytes of hard drive space. I forgot we
And a
added 8
partridge.
terabytes.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
And a partridge in a golden pear tree.
Yes.
Do I buy new clothes? No, you've seen this shirt probably every 4 days. That's why I put my money into the business, not my appearance.
I'm going to try
Yes.
and get Mr. Potter on the line if he's available. Just stand by.
Who's that?
That other streaming geek that.
Oh yeah, why
I
not? Sure, let's do this. It doesn't matter how many we're
I think
hemorrhaging people anyway, and it still says it's updating the driver, installing. It must be one hell of a driver.
Yes.
Oh God.
are we up to like 5 or 6 undersea cables now that we've brought Greg in here?
Yeah, here, I'll show you what I'm doing. Hold on, I'll show you. Here, maybe I can share. I can stream the. Wait, there you go. Yeah, I'm live streaming my. It's reset everything. Hold on, I'll get you back. Stand by. Hold on, if you can hear me. This is the worst. Okay, so we got that. All right. All right, let me call the fellas back. I think that solved it. I think that solved the problem. I hope. Or maybe I need to drop another 16K. I'm not kidding. Like 3 years ago, I said, hey, let's get the best computer I can build so I don't have any problems, because I don't want an ulcer. Just shoot me. You there? You there, Jeff?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay, so you're there. Let me make sure, because you know Skype. You know how Skype does. It decides. Well, let's use this sound card this time. Are we streaming? Can people hear us?
I am.
Okay, we got that. Yeah, no, that's right. Okay. You know.
They're saying that they can hear you.
Okay, good. All right. Man. All right.
Yeah, when you got this machine, this was the top of the line machine that Alienware made, and it was an insanely powerful machine.
But now it's garbage?
No, it's not garbage. This computer is going to be valid for quite some time, especially what you're doing with it.
Uh-huh.
You know, you're taxing about that much of that computer. So,
Okay. So now Jake is gone in that window. I think you know, there's stages a live streamer goes through, and I think I'm at the acceptance stage, where I'm just never going to have a regular show again. It's just never going to happen for me.
No, look, this computer has done perfect for you for a year, or even longer than that. You have had very few problems with this computer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and something's changed recently that we just need to figure out what's happened, and it's most likely from some sort of an update.
I think we need to step into
the
emergency Razz. Emergency Razz. Emergency. Yes, the emergency Razz. I broke the glass, and now we're all in the emergency Razz. Jake, how you doing, buddy? And we can't hear Jake. That's fine. We know what he sounds like.
Jake, you're muted.
Jake is muted.
There.
There he is. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, I feel much better already.
Oh, you do?
I muted myself because of what I was saying. Nobody needed to hear, but now that we're
Thank you for
in the
perfectly
Razz, it's way better.
vocalizing my feelings. There's one rule.
Yes.
What is the one rule here in the Razz chamber?
No farting in the Razz.
This one and one time only, I'm going to allow you, Jake, to fart in the Razz. All right?
Ooh, I've been saving up too.
Oh, good. Let me know when you're ready.
All right, I'm ready.
How did that feel?
I feel 100% better. Maybe even 150% better.
Wait. Was that a sound effect? Did I hit a sound effect? Who knows? Could have been. Kind of sounded like.
It's hard to tell.
Kind of sounded real.
Kind of did.
All right. Are we streaming? Is it going?
Oh my God.
We are. It's going.
It's going to happen again. All right, Jeff. Let's try to get back to the show. Oh, good. I'll talk to you in a minute, Jeff. All right, so that's going. We're still seeing that. Oh, great. It didn't save this window either, so now I got to go over here and go over here and hit that and then do this. And then we're back to normal, right? Check 1,
Yeah.
check 2, check 3.
Normal.
All right, now
Normal-ish.
here's Jake with a joke.
Well, what do you call an emotionally unstable animal who lives in Alaska but vacations in Antarctica?
I don't know. What do you call it?
A bipolar bear.
Hey! That's not bad. That's not bad. All right. So, let's break everything again by showing your video. Or trying to, anyway. So now I got to bring up, when you reboot, everything...
Everything's all messed up.
It is.
Are we still is sacrificing these to the drone gods still on the table? Do you think that would help at all? Because I'm still willing to.
I tell you what, I am going to write this off on my taxes. for sure next year. No matter what.
Are you going to write that off as a bad investment or?
Yes, a failed investment. That's what that'll be.
A failed investment.
All right. And I apologize if you super chat or became a member and I didn't see it because I can't scroll back. But Viper 6 drone with $20. Thank you. $20 super sticker. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Stickers, I like stickers.
Yes, I do. I do. And Steve's Jeep. Thanks, Steve's Jeep. I hope Steve knows what his Jeep did. $5. Broadcast gold, I tell you. Yeah. Yeah. Leonard, yeah. No. Has anybody ever just dropped dead on a live stream? Like from stress from the live stream itself? Leonard Oglesby. Hey, man. $5. Thank you, Leonard. You are permitted one free left cheek sneak in the Razz. I'm gonna save that one. I'm gonna save that one because when you're over 50, never trust a fart. So all right, let me see.
No, you really can't.
You can't. All right, so let me make sure that, and we're getting right back on track here, because this video.
Well, while you're doing that, I know a couple of other super chats that came through. One was from Adam Litvin, and he was talking about video codecs. and another one from Klaus Aperlo.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he says he works on a 17,000 euro computer, and they have problems sometimes too. So don't feel too
Okay.
bad.
And by the way, this is from El Smeghead, and I wanted to read this. Klaus, the guy you were just talking about, this is from El Smeghead, says, Klaus, and I got this message a few days ago, had a heart attack yesterday, and he's currently in the hospital. He's not in the hospital anymore. He's back from the hospital, and he's doing a lot better. But El Smeghead wanted to let me know that he was having problems, and I hope everybody can wish Klaus, is it Klaus? Klaus, Klaas, Aperto, a speedy recovery. So shout out to you, Klaus.
Yeah, I hope he does have a speedy
I
recovery.
think he's in the chat, but I don't have the chat up. Can we do that before?
He is in the chat. He super chatted five something a little while ago.
Okay.
And
he can
I
afford
see
to
him
do that
commenting
because
here. So Klaus,
Thank you so much, Klaus. And he can afford to do that because he's in a country that has nationalized health care. Yay, you! I'm so jealous. Right?
you might need some health care after this stream or after the last 2 week stream.
No kidding. If I have a heart attack in this country, I can't just super chat for a while after that. All right. So I see this where everything's good. It's this thing hanging over my head. If it happens one more time, I don't know if I'm going to come back because if I can't share videos, you want to try it? What else can we do? I mean, it's a video show. I mean, we can talk for. All right. Tonight, hopefully, if everything goes as planned, we're going to play slow ass modem game, Alaska version.
Oh, yeah.
For your chance to win filters from freewellgear.com. And here's some of the filters you can win. This is for the Osmo Action. And these are for the DJI FPV quad.
Hey,
Yeah,
I've got my set of those right here.
Yeah, they're really cool. They just slip on, and then you can break these too when you crash. So that's fun.
That's right.
Yeah.
Although, actually, I would put money on the ND filter surviving the crash better than the drone.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Now, before I play a video and it destroys the world again, I just want to thank a couple people. Now, and I do have a bone to pick with Australia. I do. I'm going to pick this bone and thank them at the same time. About 5 days ago, I went down to my post office box, which is this, if you want to send me something. Ken Heron, P.O. Box 1281, Huntington, Tennessee, 38344. Well, a nice gent from Australia named David. Yeah, David. He sent me this box, and in the box were 2 packs of Tim Tams, which is an Australian sweet treat. Have you ever had a Tim Tam or know what they are, Jake?
No, I've never had one.
I can still smell them in the box. And his letter, he had included a note, says, "Sup, Ken, I recently found your work and think it's dope. Thanks, yo. I too have a YouTube channel. It's called David Goods, if you want to check him out, and love flying drones. I've heard you've been wanting to try some Tim Tams. So as an Aussie, I have made it my mission to send you some. P.S. I'm documenting this process on YouTube. P.P.S. I have nothing else to say. I just love when people do this in movies. P.P.P.S. Thanks for reading. Yours truly, David Goods." And I can tell you, David Goods, that the one was regular flavor, and while they're both gone, the coffee flavor did not make it home from the post office.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And the reason why I have a bone to pick is because I used to do an international candy exchange where people from all over the world sent me their wacky whatever candy from whatever region they're in. And that was good for a while, except then I needed to buy a new pair of jeans. And I thought, well, if I'm ever going to get back in the dating world again, I don't need to be eating so much candy. So thank you so much for the Tim Tams, but please, no more Tim Tams. Okay? No more Tim Tams, Australia. 4 days after that, this is 2 days ago, I get another box from Australia, from a different guy. Okay. And this is from a guy named John Baston from Australia. And inside this box was, let me get my echo ready. 16 boxes of Tim Tams. 16 of them. There's only about 12 left. And there's two in the freezer. So, thank you very much for all the Tim Tams. Here's what they look like. Jake, in case you're wondering, here's what Tim Tams look like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They're like graham crackers covered in just goodness. And there is
and then there's a little like filling in the center.
Yeah, there's a flavor. If they were all this flavor, they would forklift me out of the house. The flavor is, and I'm not asking for any more. Please don't send me any more, because I have 2 left. I'm going to eat them after the show. The flavor is dark chocolate raspberry. Holy hell!
Oh,
holy hell, Jake!
Man.
They look wonderful. They look so pretty you don't want to eat them. But so,
they sound wonderful. They even through the internet, I think they smell wonderful.
They do. I'm wafting it over. Yes.
Yes.
All right. So now a train is coming, as you can hear sometimes out of my window. I live 2 blocks from a train. Train's coming. Let's go ahead and break the stream again.
Yeah. Why not?
By trying to play Jake's wonderful Alaska Ice Cave video. If the stream breaks again and I just can't play videos, then we'll come back one more time and I will say goodbye, and then I will light some sage and spend whatever I have to get this system back up and running. You know what? I'm sure it's one little driver, one little something that Jeff will go into some surgical thing in my BIOS or something and go, oh well, it's it was an X instead of an L in that line, in that code line, and that was your problem. But so let's see what happens as the train. Let me just go ahead and let the train go by. I'm in hell. I'm in hell.
Hear that train a coming.
Yeah, you can I'm rubbing the mic so it breaks the gate, so you can hear it. But some of these train guys are like really hard on the horn, even at 4 a.m. And I
think some of those train guys know that you stream, and they know that as they go by, the more they honk the horn, the more chances that their horn will be on the stream by the time they go by your house.
That might be it. They might be on their phones like, we're going by Ken's house.
Like, hey, check this out.
Yeah. All right. So he's gone. Let's do this. No more dilly-dallying. And from Alaska, this is, I hope it plays all the way through because it's just amazing. Here we go.
Come
Jake.
on.
Yeah. All right. I did click on it.
Click it!
I did click it. Come on. Click.
You clicked it?
Click. I did. Oh, that's not a good sign.
Oh. Well, in the meantime, do you know why a lot of people say Alaska sucks and that it's all ice?
Why?
I don't really know, but I think it's a pretty solid state.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Jake's video. All right. Are we still on? We still good?
We're still on.
It played, thank God. You know, that video is truly amazing. It either looked like an ice cave or a colonoscopy. I'm not sure which one, but tell us a little bit about how that came about. How did that come about?
So the gentleman who was the helicopter pilot contacted me one day and he was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, normal stuff, but why? What do you got in mind?" He goes, "I've got a place you need to come fly drones." Okay, let's go. So ran out, met him. We flew out to that particular glacier, and on the way out, I asked him if he'd be okay with stopping, dropping me off, and then circling around so I could get some footage of him coming in and landing. And so we pre-planned the flight, and I had a radio. We were on radio contact and stuff. And just in case you're wondering, don't try that at home, kids.
Right.
You can do it legally, but you need to really do it legally. And that ice cave is like about a quarter mile long. And it's 25 to 35 feet high in most places, and just a phenomenal location. It was 10 below zero inside the ice cave, and so I would do a flight, then take 20 minutes to warm my hands up again to where I could feel my fingers because I would be completely numb by the end of a flight,
right.
And then do one more flight, and each time I basically flew as far as I could until I lost signal with the drone and then crash into the cave or wherever I was at the end and then go pick the drone up and do another flight. And yeah, just
so you
absolutely incredible location.
You couldn't go through the whole cave with the signal issue. And it was digital.
No,
it was digital.
Not with video. I could with because I used Crossfire. The control signal was great all the way through. But the video, I'd lose the video right at the very, very end of the cave. I could never make it all the way through. And so going the one direction, I basically went all the way through until I couldn't see, and then I just disarmed and went and picked it up in the snow. But going the direction back toward the helicopter, I only went about halfway through, and then I sat down because I didn't want to take the chance of going out the cave entrance, disarming, and having the drone run into our ride home.
Yeah,
I didn't want to walk.
Yeah, and it's a good thing that someone was in there. Was that you that was standing in there, or someone else that was in there? Because
that was somebody else.
Okay.
I don't know who that was.
Because
we had walked the cave and there was nobody in there, and then I flew, and then there's this guy in there.
It's good because if he wasn't there, you couldn't tell the scale.
Right.
And I have so many questions. How long has that cave been there? How long do they usually stay like that?
That one has been there about 3 years, and it's those caves are made from a tiny trickle of water that comes down off the glacier, and then it finds some little crack, and then it just makes a little tunnel, and that tunnel gets bigger and bigger over years. So it's probably that particular cave will probably be around for maybe one more year, and then it'll be gone, and we'll have to. There'll be another one somewhere.
There'll be another one, and the ice is blue. It looked like because it's glacial ice and it's been there for a while.
Oh yeah.
Can you light the ice? Like put a light on it and get it light going through the ice.
Yes, it would take some really powerful light. When we were in there, and we were shining the brightest flashlights we had and lights we had. You could, because glacier ice is so dense, it gets so packed down. There's no air. There's basically nothing left in it but the ice crystals. You could see between 15 and 20 feet down inside the ice. So you could see the cracks and rocks back down in there.
Wow.
And if there wasn't snow on the top, the whole thing would have just been glowing this really intense blue. But I do want to go back out there if we can to do a bunch of lights in there.
And bring. Do you have a high-powered laser?
Yes.
Shine some laser light in that thing.
He's got one too. So we're gonna go back out there with some lasers and see if we can do something.
Excellent. Hey, this is just self-serving. You guys want to see that again? It was pretty short. You want to see it again? Yes. Good. Yes. We're already late. Yes.
Right.
Let's see if we can break this thing again. Here it is one more time. And feel free to talk. Tell us what's going on here while you're.
All right. So I have had a lot of people ask what FPV drone. A lot of people assume it was the DJI FPV drone. It was not. This was my 5-inch drone that I built with a GoPro 8 on top.
Yeah.
And this shot was a Mavic 2 Pro. Obviously, these shots here, but But yeah, I'd gone and we coordinated, how high the drone would be and where the drone would be, and so as soon as he touched down, then I was free to move around and get some of the moving shots of him.
Now, DJI FPV has really good penetration. Do you think that it would have made it through this whole thing?
I do, because I flew my Mavic 2 Pro through the cave, and I was able to go all the way through to the other side and then come back up. But the DJI video is not as good as a GoPro. It just isn't. And so the next time I go out there, I'll probably take the DJI FPV drone too, just to try it out and see what I can get. But because I think it would go all the way through and come back the other side. On the other hand, if I happen to wreck it in there, that's it.
Now you've
I'll go pick up the pieces.
Been approached by you've got some national attention on this. What happened with that?
So I posted it on Reddit and then on or TikTok and like Instagram, and all I posted really was the shot where I go dive down into the cave entrance at 15 seconds there or whatever.
Yeah.
And so then Daily Dose of Internet is a big, huge, like 11.5 million channel on YouTube. Wanted to repost it. He did the other day, to which now my kids think I'm totally famous because they saw my video on Daily Dose of Internet. They were like, "Dad, you're famous."
That's really cool, man. That is so cool.
And then it's been reposted a ton of different places, cause and it's one of those things, like I go out to these places a lot, so to me it's like, yeah, this is pretty cool, but not like mind blowing, because I go to places like that a lot, and it was kind of a nice reminder to go, yeah, this is really, really unusual, and people don't get to see this very often.
That is absolutely true, and I was thinking about that just the other day. Spring is trying to spring here in Tennessee, and I've lived here 9 years, and I know every street, every back road, but I was driving on a road that I've driven hundreds of times to go to a friend's house, and the trees are like trying to do the leaf thing. They're trying, I got one here,
right?
Like, oh, here's another one, and the grass and the clouds, and it was beautiful. I was just thinking, you know what? I usually just buzz through here and not even notice, but I took time to look at pastures that I haven't seen and freaking cows and old antique barns and everything. It's a beautiful area that I live. And so the same thing with you, there's another glacier, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But
whatever.
Yeah, it's another freaking
calving. I'm hoping to go back out there. I want to go back out there one more time because I have an FPV quad that has 8 motors and 8-inch propellers, so it'll carry a cinema camera, like a Red or Black Magic or something like that. So I want to go back out there with a really good camera and fly it through there and see if I can get some really high quality footage through that cave, because the colors and the textures on the cave are just wild.
What frame rate were you shooting in when you went through there? What was your frame rate?
That was...
Please say 60.
That was 4K 30. Usually I do 2.7K 60, but because it was so dark inside, I wanted to make sure I could get the most amount of light with the least amount of noise, so I used 4K 30 and then ran it through real steady after.
Okay. I would love to see 60 frames or higher with a 4K, But anyway, I could talk to you about Alaska stuff forever, but you know what? Jeff is waiting, so let's go ahead and get into the news.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
Let's head over into the drone newsosphere as we hold this show together with bubblegum and Band-Aids. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Sills. Jeff. Hey, buddy. Jeff. Buddy.
Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey,
Jeff. Man. Hey, you ready to do the news, bud? And he's muted. All right, well, that's fine. That's all right.
And he's muted.
That's fine. Jeff,
Mute.
you there, bud?
No, I turned the microphone off because I have 5 kids.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I found out that you've got Geeksvana on later on as the guest, and he's a news guy, and
right.
I figured you were cheating on me again, so I decided that since he had to wait for me, I would add some more news. Okay. So I've got lots of stories. I hope you're.
I am cheating on you with another news guy. It's true, but hey, Jeff, it doesn't mean anything. It was just news, man. Shh. Just news. It doesn't mean anything.
I know.
All right.
I feel like maybe I should step out and you two can resolve this amicably.
He does this all the time. You know how he gets.
Just trouble. I'm telling you.
Go ahead, Jeff.
All right, start off to start off the news, the UK police have used a drone recently to break up an illegal rave that was going on in breach of COVID-19 restrictions. This was near Birmingham, or if you're in England, it's Birmingham.
Birmingham.
The England West Midland region. The police also had a helicopter out there to shine lights underneath and help disperse this group.
You can see people closely bunched together.
Yeah, they're using a FLIR cam. That's awesome.
30 people under there, I'd say, at the moment.
Is there any way of lighting that location up, which is maybe giving a hint that they need to move away?
Yeah, we'll get a bit lower and I'll put the nights on shortly.
Any persons coming out of that site, ascertaining details for fixed priority notice, it's a £200 fine for the attendance of a UME.
So they're looking for places to gather, and gathering is illegal over there at this point, I guess.
Well, it's the COVID-19 restrictions restrict large gatherings like this,
Yeah.
One of the things I love is that they give instructions to the officers to watch for anybody coming out with electronic equipment that might be associated with the people that were playing the music.
Right. Those ravers, you know how they are.
Yeah. All right. So next in the news, we have, I guess, what happens when you fly a drone into a volcano.
Oh, this is fantastic. I'm just going to let this roll. Watch this. Watch this.
Liquid hot magma. Magma.
Yeah. That's a lot of magma.
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 He was able to share pictures afterwards of the drone. He melted the camera, most of the sensors on the bottom of the thing, and the frame and the arms. So
was he using carbon fiber props? If he wasn't, that would have dropped right in there.
Yeah, no idea, but I'm sure he's going to have fun with DJI Care Refresh on that one.
Yeah.
So.
You betcha. So you did what now with your drone?
It was magma.
All right. Next in the news, a Swiss company called Swiss Drones has won a contract with the French Tower Association to do inspections.
Oh, they have? Have they? Okay. We'll play that one. All right. Tell us about it.
So the Swiss company has won a contract to do high-resolution images for defects in French power lines. Swiss Drones delivered upon their challenge. They had 4 or 5 different companies vying for this particular contract, and these guys won out over all of them because their drone was able to go the distance. It was able to meet all of the requirements that they had.
Look at that thing. That's a lot of. That's
Isn't
a lot of
that
stuff.
the new Phantom 6 prototype?
Yeah, man. Like I said, they're just skipping the 5 and going right to the 6. Are those They are. They're counter-rotating propellers.
Yeah.
They're like the little blender egg beater things you have in your kitchen where they mesh together.
Yeah, there's a Russian helicopter that uses that design made by Ivan Sikorsky, and it's a very stable way. It doesn't require a tail rotor.
Oh, that's cool.
Right, because they're counteracting each other.
Yes.
That is neat. Very cool indeed. Yeah, I like to see that.
Yeah, that's going to be a really cool one. Now, since Jake over there had brought us this great footage from Alaska, I figured, Jake, I was going to give you a bit of a challenge, and I have some amazing drone footage from Queensland's Wallaman Falls.
Jake, can you do this?
I just need to find a waterfall in Alaska that looks like it's about 2,000 feet high.
And then
I don't think
get
you
a
have any of those.
long range setup. I could do that.
Well, isn't that what the DJI FPV drone is for? That's long range.
Yeah. You'd be watching it in 720 because you wouldn't be getting that back. You'd be watching the thing, the cache on your
watching
phone.
The goggle recording.
Yeah. Wow.
I did waterproof one of my FPV drones specifically because I want to go out and find some waterfalls this summer to dive.
Yes. Can I come with you?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm there.
All right, so
while you're up here, we'll find an ice cave.
Okay, I'm all about that.
There were tons of stories about the thunderstorms that rolled through the United States. Lots of flooding all over the place. And so what we have here, since it's close to home for Ken, is footage from Tennessee. This is flooding that was that happened between Saturday and Sunday. They had 7 inches of rainfall, with another 2 inches expected later on during the week. And the assessments are being done for insurance claims, etc. But this footage was just amazing for all of the areas that got flooded.
It was so bad. The storms were so bad. There's some tornadoes in Alabama that touched down. It was a whole big front. It was awful.
There was even flooding in New Jersey, which I thought was pretty impressive.
Yeah, but they just legalized marijuana over there, so they don't care.
Yeah.
Flooding, brah? Whatever. Yeah.
All right, so since Ken absolutely loves drone delivery,
love it.
Drone Up, an A to Z drone delivery operator, has developed a patented tetherfall freefall drone delivery mechanism for what they call a rapid delivery system.
Okay, let's watch this in action. All right, so he's got the package. Oh yeah, yep, yeah, that'll happen. That's gonna happen, right there. This isn't the one and only time we'll ever see this. This is going to be integrated. This is the thing that's going to be picked up. This is the one. This is the one that you're going to see everywhere.
Yep,
for sure. Comes down a little baby grand piano and then it slams down on the ground on a string that could never ever get caught up in the props with wind. Perfect. I love it. Totally going to happen.
You know what the best thing about that is? If you order a cake that starts out 8 inches high, by the time it's delivered, it's more like 4 inches high after it's on the ground.
Yeah. In fact, no matter what cake you order, it will end up being a pound cake. Back to you in the newsroom.
All right. So next we have, Ken loves FPV and Ken loves speed. So I figured this one was perfect for him as well. This is an F1 driver who is named Carlos Saints Jr., who takes out one of the new electric off-road vehicles, and they just happen to catch it all with an FPV
I'm
drone.
enjoying it a lot.
Yeah?
I'm having a lot of fun.
Oh, yes.
May I have your lap time? Yeah, pole position.
Oh, I want to do this.
You want to track a race car?
I want to track a race car so bad.
Yeah, me too. And I'm gonna do it this summer. There's a dirt track near my house actually, and I've already talked to them, and they're gonna let me do it. And I've been practicing quite a bit doing tracking like this. And I think I'm at the point where I can do it without hitting the car or whatever. But you know, one of the things you have to remember is don't go down too low behind it because it'll kick up that dirt and knock you out. But listen to that. That's a sound. It sounds like just a large RC car, you know?
It's called an Extreme E-Car, and it's part of a new generation of electric off-road racing vehicles.
Both the drone and the car are running on electricity. Isn't that cool?
That's awesome.
Oh, the torque on that thing.
Oh yeah.
How many S do you think that car has for a battery?
How many?
Like a 92S.
How many S's? Yeah. And that big plug that takes 3 people to plug into the battery?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh man. And it goes doo-doo-doo,
You know it does. Inside the whole car is controlled
the whole
by a
car
DPI controller that's the size of a quarter.
That's it.
Oh yeah. The batteries are huge. All the electronics are teeny tiny.
Yeah.
All right, so police are investigating after a drone was recently shot down while it was shooting a real estate photo session in Auckland. Jack Mapoban was operating the drone in Beach Haven Road about 5 p.m. Tuesday when he heard 2 noises. So he put down to a neighbor using a nail gun. The third time that the sound came, he began returning the drone back to him, and that's when he discovered that he had bullet holes in his drone.
Oh.
Wow. Look at that.
Now, they believe that potentially this came from a pellet gun, but the police are investigating this as of right now. Obviously, shooting at drones in the air is a serious no-no here in the United States. That'll get you a federal crime. As for what happens in Auckland, we will soon find out, I'm sure.
What do you think? Do you think that, because that doesn't look like any kind of round, it might be a pellet gun or just like from a shotgun, a shot from a shotgun?
That's what I was wondering, if it was from like a 20 gauge or 12 gauge shotgun and just far enough off that it only got hit by one BB.
Yeah.
Well, the drone was unable to be used after that, and the pilot was forced to get another $2,600 drone because he had another photo shoot the very next day.
Ooh,
people are just such idiots. They think that they're toys.
Yeah.
You know, they think, I'm going to shoot this Walmart special out of the sky. Or actually, probably not. They're like, I'm going to shoot that Walmart special out of the sky. I can just go down Walmart, spend $19.99, get another. I don't want to over the house filming Emma Lou. Emma Lou's out sunbathing in her 4-piece. She got a 4-piece now because she got hot buys.
Yeah, but wasn't that in New Zealand somewhere?
Yeah, this is in Auckland.
Oh, yeah, man. They got rednecks in New Zealand.
Can you do that back hilly, but with the New Zealand accent?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Hold on. New Zealand. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I've recently been able to tell. You know, as an American, it's not easy to tell the difference between Australian and Kiwi. So let me.
Right.
What are they? How do they sound? They do like. They have this little. Oh, okay. I know what they're like. Hold on. When they talk,
I'm so sorry, Jeff. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna insult like so many people, but. In Australia, they talk like this, right? They talk like this, mate, all right, like that. But in New Zealand, they talk like this. They're like, yeah, right? They have that little at the end. They're like, I'm from New Zealand? A little bit. I can't. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, entire quadrant of the world. Now back to you in the newsroom.
Oh, gee, thanks.
How was that for cringe? That was pretty cringe, wasn't it? That was cringe. All right.
All right.
Oh, wait, yeah. Fish and chops. Fish and chops. I saw it in the chat, yeah. Sorry. All right, please.
Back to the news.
Please go on. Yeah.
A research team at Georgia Institute of Technology has developed a modular solution to handling large packages without the need of complex fleets of drones. Their idea is to have 4 drones that share the load. And these 4 drones work collaboratively to lift heavy objects.
Why do they need the drones? Why can't they just have one arm with a prop on it, a big prop? Why are they doing this?
One of the things I believe is part of this is, first, it's to get the drones working together. So that's part of the project, is to get the synchronization between drones working together. And that's part of probably what drove the project to initially. But the other thing is that if you think about it, if they land the heavy object and then disengage, and all the drones fly away, then it's modular. In other words, the drones don't have to stay connected to the device. So if they have to heavy lift something, you can have a swarm of drones come in, surround an object, attach to it, take off, move it to another place, and then disconnect and go and as a swarm move to the next object.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but you know, as a college project, this is great. It's great that you're able to do that, but this is not a feasible solution to delivery in any way. Good for you, Georgia Tech. You did it. But
yeah,
there's no practical reason for it. Good for you.
That to me sounds like somebody got a grant and they needed to spend some money on something.
Yeah,
to get that grant.
Yeah, if we don't spend the grant, we won't get another grant next year. What do? Let's buy a bunch of drones, stick it to a box. All right.
So next we have Semil Koban, who is a very unusual shepherd in the Bodrum district of Mughal province. He is in Turkey, and he's come up with a very technology-savvy way of using drones to herd sheep.
Ah, sure, why not?
That looks like a mini 1 or mini 2.
Yeah. What a great idea to use technology in unusual ways.
Bizim ata mesleğimiz. Aslında biz bu mesleği seçmedik. Bu meslek bizi seçti.
Come on, we don't need the subtitles, do we? Everybody knows what he's saying.
I totally understand every word.
That's insulting that they put subtitles. thinking that I don't understand. What's his language? Where is he?
He's in Turkey.
Turkish. I don't understand Turkish. Come on, everybody.
Yönlendirmede, kaybolan hayvanlarımızı bulmada çok işimize yarıyor.
That's cool, man. Good for him. Very nice.
He uses that to herd around 600 goats, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's really impressive. See, I knew the Mini 2 was a good drone.
It really is. It really is. Mini 2 is an awesome drone. The Mini 2. The Mini 2 is an awesome drone. This one, back to you in the newsroom.
Shameless plug. All right. So usually with your guests, you have Would You Ride It? And I figured with the news this time, I would bring along Would You Cross It? This is a double-deck bendy glass bridge in China.
Oh, I love this. Is fantastic. This is just, Jake.
The Ryuri Bridge is 328 feet long, spans the Xinjiang Valley in China's Xinjiang province, and it consists of 3 undulating bridges. Part of its deck is made from transparent glass.
Jake, how much would you pay to stand on top and do barrel rolls around and flip-de-doos? How would FPV the hell out of that thing?
Man, I would pay a pretty good sizable amount of money. That looks like an amazing place to go.
Oh, it's just beautiful to look at, but look at that hole. Look at that hole over there. You just weren't you looking at it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Dive right down in there.
It's funny how all of a sudden you start flying FPV and all of a sudden everything is, I think I could get through that. I bet I could dive that. I bet I could fit through that little hole there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. That was awesome. And what was the name of the place again, Jeff? I love it when you pronounce. No,
I'm not.
Okay.
No.
All right.
All right. So next in the news, we have something really interesting because we have drones that go out and find people that are lost, but this particular company has come up with a way of introducing two-way radios so that drone pilots can actually hear the people crying for
help. All right.
What I was just trying to say might have been a call for help, it might have been critical instructions, it could have even been a threat. Up until now, there's been no way to tell because all UAVs are deaf to what is happening around them. At Dotterel, we've developed aerial audio, the world's first two-way audio communication payload that allows you to hear what is happening on the ground.
Wow.
It also allows the speaker to speak back to people on the ground, allowing real-time conversations.
Follow me.
Roger that.
The aerial audio payload includes a first-of-its-kind microphone array.
Real-time global processor with directional speaker linked to a remote ground station with a simple-to-use app interface.
This technology will open up new applications for UAVs, such as locating and communicating with survivors in search and rescue, allowing real-time interviews from UAVs and cinematography, and providing greater situational awareness for operational teams, keeping people safe. Dotterel's aerial audio adds the missing sense to UAVs, allowing you to hear what you could previously only see.
That is cool.
Yes, and from standpoint of rescuing people, I mean, you can scream and yell at you all you want at helicopters and planes, and up until this point, drones would fly by, and you're just hoping it sees you. But now, you can scream and yell, and the drone could possibly hear you, and that's an impressive feat, something that helicopters and planes just can't do.
Yeah, it shows you what magic a dead cat really is, and I'm sure you use those, Jake, out there in the windy glaciers sometimes, don't you?
Oh yes, all the time.
Yeah.
I have a dead cat that never leaves the microphone that's on my camera.
Yeah, man. That's really cool. That it can be that close. That's like magic.
Yeah, they must have an incredible amount of noise canceling going on inside that drone or wherever to process the audio and get rid of the drone noise.
You can hear the software. If you use an audio editing program that has sound artifact elimination, it kind of sounds like that, like what Adobe Audition does. If you give it a noise print and then it removes that from the sound file, and if that does it in real time, if it gets like a print of the audio from the drone, like noise canceling headphones do in real time, that's really impressive from an audio standpoint.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah, the clarity of the guy talking on the ground was just astounding. I was not expecting to be able to hear him at that distance. So
yeah.
All right. So and I know that Geeksvana loves to hear that I have yet more news. Indiana-based Drone Deck is working on the future for drone-friendly mailboxes that will collect packages for you.
Oh yeah, yeah. Here's another thing that won't happen. Not to poo-poo it, and the box looks great, but nope.
I feel like this is just a 3D rendering, though.
Yeah. Why is Ken always poo-pooing drone delivery? Why? Here's why. Because it won't happen in our lifetime. It just won't. Because picture this at your house, right? Okay, neighbor kid comes over. Oh, look, a drone. He gets his head lopped off. Then they get sued. Then they lose their house and their little drone deck thing. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But let's watch the interesting high-res graphic thing. So you can drop it in there. Oh, and it scans it.
Ooh.
Look at that. That's the scanning. It's scanning it for you. And then, it also scans for explosives. Okay. I'm just being real.
Oh, it does sanitize. Wow.
It sanitizes it. Yeah. Climate control. So it's air conditioned too. That's nice. Yep.
Well, in your case, it might be air conditioned. In my case, it better be heated.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it will be.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will be. The computer graphic is totally heated. I'm sorry. Maybe there's one of those nice people that worked on that. This is one of those give us money and we'll make it for real kind of companies. They're just dreaming. It's never going to happen. Let's get realistic. Until battery technology, until we get graphene batteries, until there's a way to make sure nobody gets
like hydrogen cells or something that they can.
Yeah. Until it's cheaper to do that than to put it on a truck. Hey, there's this technology called truck. Have you heard of truck technology?
I have.
Man, I tell you. But truck technology isn't as cool as drone technology.
No, I feel like if you want to raise a few $1 million in startup capital, you got to throw drones something in there to really get something.
I would love to see one of these campaigns, a Kickstarter campaign where they're like, all right, we got this great idea. And what we're going to do is we're going to take your product. We're going to put it in a box. We're going to put wheels on the box. We're going to let that box be driven around in different directions by a human being behind a wheel that can turn the wheels in front, thereby directing the box on wheels with your box to go in different directions. We call it truck.
Well, and speaking of the funding, you guys are kind of on the mark on there. They are working through WeFunder to raise money for that particular project. They've got $1.4 million thanks to over 2,000 backers right now.
What?
And the Indiana Economic Development Corporation is offering up to $1.7 million in tax credits to the company because they plan to create 85 high-wage paying jobs in the state as part of the project for this particular.
What happens when it fails? Do they have to give the money back? Because it will fail.
I don't know.
I don't know how that works, but I got to get in on that. What's it? We fund whatever. What is it?
WeFund.
Oh, I'm going to invent a cooler gizmo. This gizmo, man, it's got a drone, and not only does it deliver drones, it gives you a foot massage, it does your taxes, predicts earthquakes, and makes coffee for you. Send me money.
Sign me up.
All right.
Where do I send a check?
Go. All right. The 2-hour news. All right. Well, what do we got next?
Ken, you decided that you were going to do some ghost hunting, and so I figured this next news story was just something fun for you. This is clips from, I guess, security cam footage that's raised a lot of questions about a mysterious shape flooding the internet.
Okay. Let's see what this is about here. Oh, so there's a ghost running by? Is that what I'm seeing?
The belief is that it's the ghost of a 7-year-old girl.
Sure, of course it is, yeah.
That's been missing. Law enforcement was actually called out for this. And the image of the thing running actually showed up on the police car cameras as well. In fact, when the officer got out to confront the supposed girl, the image vanished.
Yeah, because they hit their windshield wipers and wiped that bug body off of it, right? I don't understand. As soon as I hit the windshield wipers, The ghost disappeared.
It just
It's
went
crazy.
away.
It
was gone.
It boggles the mind.
Like, it was there.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't.
And then it wasn't. What?
Well, yeah. And the thing is that the Paranormal Research Society in Mentor, Ohio is confident that they can find this, so you might get in touch with them and do some ghost videos with them.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay.
All right.
Ghost
So
story.
next in the news, we have an aerial target drone that the U.S. Air Force apparently lost.
Oh, yes. Check this out. This is kind of cool.
This isn't a scene from Mission Impossible. It's not a toy. It's military. When it washed ashore, crews rushed to clear the beach.
It was like, go, go. There's a bomb on the beach.
All of a sudden, some people stop us and are like, hey, look, there's a missile right over there, and they're blocking it off.
We now know it wasn't a missile or a bomb, but passerbys didn't know that. Oceanfront police were called to investigate what it was.
We came down to determine it was an Air Force drone, notified the Sheriff's Office Explosive Ordnance Devices Unit for Hazmat and the Air Force.
But the concern here is it's stable. Crews quickly cleared this part of Boynton Beach near Oceanfront Park.
It's a drone, so it is fueled. Okay, so they're concerned about the fact that it's a piece of military equipment and there's fuel in it, and that's why we went through our protocols to make sure that there was nothing that was going to harm anybody.
You see it says United States Air Force aerial target live munition, insists civilians leave it in place. The Air Force telling us the practice drone was shot down about 2 to 3 months ago. You see some damage to the device. Officials pulling it hours later back out to sea to be transported and ultimately examined.
Yep.
Wow. How much are we spending on something like this? That's what concerns me. It looks so cool and high tech. It's got a jet on it and we're just putting it up just to shoot it down?
Well, I mean, the Air Force uses multiple different types of product as target drones. They even have F-16s that they modify to fly remotely.
You know they can
old
get
F4s.
they can get paper targets on Amazon. Can't they just use paper targets?
No.
Can't they just have a really high-powered clay pigeon shooter and just, you know...
A big bullseye? Something?
No.
Spray paint a bullseye on the side of the hill?
What are they building those rail guns for if it's not to shoot big clay pigeons out?
Is this where my tax dollars are going?
No.
Okay.
No. You guys are not allowed to assist the military in any way, shape, or form.
It is a force multiplier.
All right, so Ken, I believe we have an update for Brian Bailey, who was one of the gentlemen that received the DJI FPV drone brick.
Yes, you may have heard about this. His YouTube name is Trucker Beetle Bailey, and he emailed me a link to this video. If you remember, I think a couple weeks ago, he received a brick and cotton instead of a DJI FPV quad, and DJI actually gave him a drone because it made the news. Check this out. So this is him. This is the real drone being delivered.
Wait, is this the first or the second?
No, this is DJI making good, and this is his roommate because dude wasn't home at the time. So his roommate is checking out to make sure there's not another brick or something, and
he's like, ta-da!
I'm checking. There you go. Very good.
Nice.
All right. So happy ending for Trucker Beetle Bailey. Very good.
Yep.
Glad to hear.
Yeah, I made good on that.
Yeah.
All right. So at Geeksvana, this is the last of the news. Recently, here in the Texas Park and Wildlife, they were called out to answer for something we don't normally see out here: alligators.
Yes. And there's no drone footage, but I thought it'd be a great way to incorporate some old video from our buddy Ken Dono. So enjoy this.
Arlington is familiar territory.
I try to fish at least 2 days a week.
For Cody, who, like all good fishermen, won't say where his best spots are.
I was on the west side, but I won't tell anybody.
And it was on that side of the lake Easter Sunday. Something happened.
My son-in-law said, "What's that in the bushes?" And I turned around and I said, "Well, it's probably a log, but it looks like an alligator."
Alligator! No.
Yeah,
oh my God!
And there's a damn 6 foot, 5 foot alligator in the dang water.
That's an alligator, dude.
There's no alligator.
Look at that. Holy smokes, man, that scared me. I almost dropped the phone.
Ah, that's an alligator, dude.
It's not an alligator.
Then what is it?
We had a report a few years ago about an alligator being about 3 foot, so it makes sense that it grew a little bit more.
Are you filming?
Yeah.
I think I just shit my pants.
That's the opening of my video.
I just think I shit my pants. I don't even know what's happening anymore. We've been out here for 28 days.
I guess the only thing I hope is everybody leave him alone. He's just out there doing alligator stuff.
And this guy thought he saw an alligator. He didn't.
Spider. Spider. Tick, spider.
Oh, Ken, we love you, buddy.
Poor Ken Dono.
I apologize in advance.
Yeah. All right, Jeff. So far we haven't broken the internet. Things look okay. Let's say goodbye to you and then bring in Geeksvana. Hold on, Alexa. What time is it in London?
In London, it's 2:20 a.m.
Oh my God! All right. See you, Jeff. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for stopping by. Now get out.
All right. Now here is Jake with a joke while I bring in Geeksvana.
See, alligators are why I live in a place that the air hurts my face because it's so cold. But recently, it was so cold here in Alaska that I saw a politician with his hands in his own pockets.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I heard a joke today on my radio station, actually. It's one of the funniest jokes I've heard. Yeah, I'll just tell you. And I don't tell jokes, but I'll tell you this one. Hey, Jake. I was going to tell you a joke about a time machine, but you didn't like it. You see? I went in the future to see if you'd like it, but you didn't. You didn't like it too much.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I thought it was pretty good. Yeah. So let's see what happens now as I'm bringing in Geeksvana. Yay! All right, let's see. There he is. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Hey peeps, how are we?
Now I gotta. Of course, it didn't save anything I did, so now I gotta bring in. What time is it where you are? It's pretty early in the morning, right?
Yes, it is extremely early in the morning AM.
All right, but you're good, right?
Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm always good, man.
All right, okay.
But Geeksvana is literally living in the future. He's he's in tomorah.
Oh, that's right.
I'm so far in the future that a drone just delivered a pizza to me.
Whoa.
With its graphene batteries and its very safe deployment. Yeah. All right. So you are on the cutting edge, man. You get all the new information, all the rumors. Yeah. So there's a few rumors in DJI land that we can talk about.
There are.
What do you got?
Well, I think, there are rumors and then there are sort of speculation around some facts. I prefer the speculation around some facts from the point of view that at least there's something to base it on. And the first one is there is a new Air 2 that's headed its way to us, which is actually the DJI Air 2. Again, they've dropped the Mavic name again on this one. So this is a battery label from an FCC filing. So therefore, we can be pretty confident the drone is on its way. But beyond that, of course, we're not entirely sure what it could be. There is some speculation, stroke rumor, that there's going to be an IMX 686 sensor, so similar to the Pocket 2. Some people are saying maybe perhaps it will be the 1-inch sensor. The big buzz at the moment, which is from someone's insider, although I haven't had this verified, is that it will actually also be compatible with the goggles and the motion controller, which I think would be quite a shrewd move.
Okay, now we have to preface this because some people are mentioning it in the chat. This isn't an April Fool's, right?
Yes.
It is an April Fool's.
No. That label is 100%. There's a live stream on the Geeksvana channel where you can find me going through the FCC filing itself. This is an official FCC filing from DJI themselves. And when it gets logged on there so that it can get the FCC approval to use the radio transmitter frequencies, that usually means it's within a few weeks of the product coming out, because there's only a certain amount of time that the FCC will keep the details secret, because things like the actual product sketches and specification are kept secret for commercial reasons for a set amount of time that's laid out on that in those documents.
Right.
So that product is 100% coming.
All right. So what is the S? What is it gonna? What's the difference? What's it gonna be?
Well, Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Now, some of us got excited. If you bring the label back up.
Yeah.
A moment. At the bottom of the label, of course, because you brought up the top of the label, very kind. There is a new sticker. It's actually a little bit lower down, sorry, which is the UKCA. Now, of course, we are no longer part of the European Union, so that UKCAC is essentially our new CE. We've all heard people hacking from CE to FCC. Well, there's also now going to be UKCAC hacking to FCC. But that made us excited because we've got some new drone classes coming out from C0 to C4, which will mean that you can do different things with different licenses, with different drones flying closer to people and that type of thing. And it was hoped that this would have the C2 label, which would mean someone like myself with the new A2 qualification could fly within 5 meters of uninvolved people. We have reliable information now that this will not have the C2 label. So we thought that might have been what the S was, that it was kind of like a new sort of Euro-focused version with a bigger sensor and that type of thing. But they were going to take, because the first manufacturer to bring out a C2 label drone will sell many drones across Europe and the UK. But yeah, sadly, it doesn't seem to be this one. So then that's then led us, of course, to wonder, what are they going to do to this drone to make us want to buy it? And then I think back to the Mini versus Mini 2. And when I heard there was a Mini 2 coming out, I thought the same thing. I thought, what on earth could they do to the Mini that's going to make me want to go and buy one? And as soon as it came out, I went and purchased one, of course, because of the OcuSync 2. And right.
But whatever it is that they release, we'll get a super powerful version over here in the United States, and you'll get 0.0001 milliwatt version.
Yeah, something like that. It's not too bad. It's not too bad, and there seems to be more and more products out there these days to help you hack across. I mean, there's just one's just come out for the FPV drone that lets you go from the CE version to the FCC version. Already, so we usually get there one way or the other. If you choose to do that, I don't personally. But yeah, right. So I'm not sure what they're going to have on this drone that's going to make us all rush out and buy one. Especially
because it's one increment better than what you already had. That's what's going to make people buy it.
It's also something new, of course, because an S on the end of a DJI drone Mavic product is something quite unusual. So it's going to be interesting to see if they're setting a precedent here. I have said since the Mini 2, I wonder if DJI are going down the Apple route and we're going to start seeing regular refreshers of all of their products. And have you got the iPhone 62? And next it'll be
I don't understand their naming process on stuff. It doesn't make any kind of sense.
Yeah.
But all right, so what else we got? What about the Mavic 3?
Well, yeah, the unicorn that is the Mavic 3. I constantly make the joke that DJI could release this can of Coke and put Mavic 3 on it and sell 1 million of them overnight. This is a couple of drawings which have come via Hayu at Drone XL, which again are apparently from an insider at DJI. I have nothing to verify that personally, who has seen the Mavic 3, and these are that person's sketches of it. I would pour cold water on it personally, but this is what I'm here to report what's out there, and this is one of the most recent things we've seen about the Mavic 3. Interestingly, the Mavic 3, as far as I can tell, is the most drawn drone ever. Yeah, there are so many sketches of this drone, and that's the difference between FCC leaks and the FPV drone leaks we got with people testing them and that type of thing. Is that I like those kind of leaks because we have a physical photo that we can analyze, or a label that's on an official website, and that gives us a little bit more to play with. Whereas the drawings like this from an insider, I'm not disregarding it at all. Drone XL are a great publication.
At this point, aren't any new versions of anything just really incremental, really, at this point?
Yeah, but we're due a couple of shift changes, because we've got a lot of regulation changes happening in Europe, the UK, a lot more coming in the next few years to the States as well, and also, of course, we are due, I would say, within the next 18 months for a significant jump in battery technology. Significant jump.
Oh, yeah?
And I think yes, that's why we're seeing these incremental jumps, because they're already working on, and I really feel like DJI already have the next generation of drones. They're just waiting for that battery tech to drop. and then they're just going to blow us away with these, these amazing little things that can fly for an hour and, can almost fit inside the back of a Mini 2 or something.
Wow. Okay.
I just feel we're on the cusp, and I think there was a vehicle made a long time ago here, the Land Rover Discovery, which was the first one, and it was called a parts car because it used up all the parts of all the successful Land Rovers and Range Rovers, and they put them all together and made this very successful SUV out of them, actually. And I feel like we're in that stage with DJI at the moment, where they're using up the form factors.
It's essentially drone scrapple. You know what scrapple is?
Yeah.
Jake, you know what it is? Now, it's purpose made now, but in the 30s and 40s, I think scrapple used to be at these little burger joints, just all the little bits of meat and bacon and hot dog and everything that ended up in the back of the grill, and they'd scoop it together and mash it together and make scrapple for breakfast for you. So that's what that is. So this is a mishmash.
And I feel like that's what we're seeing, especially with the last few releases. The FPV drone, of course, was something very different, and I think it's going to be interesting to see what direction they take with that. And as far as what they do with the motion controller and goggles, of course, we do have the other fairly heavily talked about situation where the spotter thing could be changing in the US quite soon. So perhaps the Air 2S working with the goggles might make more sense.
Yeah. What is it, Jake? Is it remote ID said to go into effect, April 22nd? Is that what it is?
April 21st is when it's supposed to start rolling out.
21st. Okay. So what else do you know about that? Jake, do you know anything more? Are we going to have to retrofit right away, or there's going to be a grace period?
No, we'll have a couple years before we have to retrofit. Yeah. I do know that because my renewal is coming up at the end of April, that there's a good chance I might be among the first group to be able to go through the new recurrent testing and not actually have to go to the testing center, but be able to do the online thing.
Do it online, yeah.
And and that also includes the new daylight waiver, night flight rules, and the new flying over people rules, where you just do the extra training or whatever it is, and get that added on to your Part 107.
Right. What about the new flying into people rule? I love that one. That's one I'm looking forward to the most, where you can just fly directly into people's faces. I'm looking forward to that a lot. I'm going to study for the flying into people.
I think that's what all those drone delivery companies are counting on that.
Yeah. Here's your tube socks right in your face.
Right
in your face. All right. Do we wrap that up? Because I know Geeksvana, we could talk another hour about this stuff, but we got it. Can you hang out for a minute, or is it?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm in no rush there.
Okay. When do you get sleep? When do you sleep?
That's what I want to know about too.
This is a much asked question, actually. It's mainly because I'm a writer by trade, so I tend to keep odd hours, because once I'm on the track of something, once I'm on a particular flow, I tend to go until I can't go anymore, frankly. So therefore my body clock has adjusted over many years to fit that. So I'm either awake or asleep, and I could be awake or asleep at any time of day, basically. So
okay. So the more you talk, the more you can stay awake. When you stop talking, just much like a shark, you'll sink.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll try to keep you awake.
I'll get to an end of a flow or something.
So I think at this point I've proven that the stream is stable enough to play videos, and I say that and it all falls to hell. But let's try to muscle through these viewer videos that some of are left over from last week, but they're all really, really great. Let's start. You got time to hang out for this?
Absolutely.
Okay. This is from Paul Thompson. Hey, Mr. Heron, I thought you might want to have a look at a few rough drone shots of the flooding over here in Queensland, Australia. And this is over a week old, but still, I'm sure they're dealing with that there. It was taken from a Mavic Pro 2. Anyways, love your YouTube channel. Please keep up the great work and entertainment. Paul Thompson. There's a little bit of the flooding. Hey, Sean, have you been to Australia?
Only for about 8 hours. I got lost in downtown Sydney. I was actually on a connecting flight. I've been to New Zealand quite a lot. I was engaged to a Kiwi, and one of our connecting flights, we had about 7 or 8 hours in Sydney. So we decided to leave the airport, and I got lost in a very bad part of downtown Sydney.
Can you go to New Zealand directly without going through Australia?
You can now, yes. There are they've just started a flight that does that, but we used to have to go either via LA, which I used to like going to, but I usually ended up going to Sydney and then taking a short plane across because that was cheaper, basically.
Wow. How long is a flight from London to New Zealand?
It's like 22 hours with the stop things.
Lordy Lord. Anyway,
yeah,
this is some pretty bad flooding. Thank you, Paul.
And then I used to take a ferry from the North Island to the South Island, which gave me the wavy feeling. So that for about 3 or 4 days in the shower, I would have jet lag with like this motion sickness feeling, which was crazy.
Wow. Well, thank you, Paul Thompson. If you would like to send in a video to share on the program, you can send it here, kenheronupload@gmail.com. And now, some trucker travels. This and I love these guys that they're long haul truckers that take their drone with them and just film interesting stuff along the way. That's really cool. This guy's from Utah, here in the United States.
It's now a state park. A lot of people go out there to fish and boat. In the summertime, it's all just jam-packed full of boats. So I'm looking forward to seeing that and flying my drone over there when the ice is melted and they have the boats out there. Echo Reservoir is actually located in a little town in Utah called Colville, Utah. Colville, Utah is actually at 5,577 feet above sea level, which is quite amazing when you think about it, because a lot of areas that we live in is not even close to that. I mean, even in Denver, Denver's the Mile High City, okay? So that's 5,280 feet. So this is even a little bit higher than that. But it's nothing to speak of. It's just basically an area where there's a few farms here and there. I don't think you call them farms, more like ranches. And they've got the reservoir there for you to do your boating and your fishing. But the beauty in the area is just amazing.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. That is from Jason Johnson. Thank you for sending that in.
Very nice.
Trying to blow through
He
these.
came about this close to landing on the ice as he was flying backward there.
Yeah.
And I've had that happen so many times with my drones. I'm zipping along the ice and it just starts getting lower and lower and lower. If you aren't on it, get ready. It'll just and
it's so tempting to get closer, because the closer you are to the ground, the more the feeling of speed that you get.
Yeah.
So there's a happy medium between crashing and just getting the great shot. That's a delicate little dance you do.
Very fine line.
So I have to share a video, and I'm not going to say who this is from.
Ooh.
Because I don't want to embarrass them.
Okay.
This is actually an illegal flight. And they sent it to me in good faith. And I replied to them. I said, well, you might want to take this down because this is highly illegal. And then they said, thank you very much for letting me know. You can still show the video if you want to berate me or whatever. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. But I will show it as a lesson of what not to do. So this is a first-time drone owner. And I'll just show the video. And you tell me where you think this goes off the rails. Okay? So far, so good. And I don't know where this is. Looks, you know, it's a place with palm trees.
I would say it looks like California somewhere.
Yeah, I was about to say the same.
Yeah. So.
Oh.
Anyway.
Oh.
Just any moment now. Again, this is a first-time drone owner. Clearly, you know, he doesn't realize what he's doing wrong. But I think everybody watching can see what he's doing wrong. Very wrong. And I was very nice to point that out. And he did reply pretty quickly, and he did take it down. But, you know, I guess if you're a first-time drone owner, there should be something in the packaging that has the rules in whatever country you are, don't you think? There should be something like,
Yeah.
hey, here are the rules. You can follow them if you want to. Here are the consequences. You know, because there really isn't anything in the documentation to show, to let you know.
Yeah, but is there anything in the documentation of a car to say, you know, don't drive this at a school bus or?
Well,
you know,
I mean,
so
yeah, common sense, right?
Yeah. I'm not nothing against that person because obviously they reached out for help and they've taken that advice, which is awesome. But yeah,
Right.
it is difficult to know where that line is, isn't it? As far as education, then beyond actually stopping any fun.
Right. And from that, let's go to another newbie. This is a DJI FPV newbie, and this is from East Tennessee Drone Works. And here this is. It says, hey Ken, back again, this time with a short video of my first flight with the DJI FPV. Haven't flown FPV at all, and the start of the video was that of switching to sport mode and trying to figure out how to keep the drone in a level turn.
Oh no.
Yeah, ended up diving, turning, and bam. Of course, that was at the house, so nothing really special, but did try non-goggle flight through the car here, and through the window. I'm just thinking of his seats, you know. But he made it through, and that was line of sight. That was not goggles. So, thank you for that. That was a nail biter, wasn't it? Look at Sean. Sean's like, ooh. East Tennessee Drone Works. Thanks for sending that in. That was interesting. And you know how big the drone is.
Yeah, that was very brave.
There
wouldn't have been much clearance.
Yeah. This next one is from a guy with a great username. It's Boomer Bob. He's fully embracing that I'm a boomer thing. I guess that's what that is. Awesome. So this is about Arizona, and I'll start playing this while I read his email here. Hey Ken, thanks for showing and editing my video on your show last week. And of course, if you don't realize it by now, I do edit the videos you send in for time or change the music if need be. It meant a lot to me, and I do understand what you mean about the trees. Arizona is so incredibly diverse, geographically though. Part of it is barren, like Mars, but other parts are lush and green, like Colorado. I wanted you to see it doesn't all look like a scene from a sci-fi movie. This is a low elevation desert too, though. Pardon the editing. Still learning. Boomer Bob. This is epidemic music. I switched it out from what he had.
Very nice.
It's a little bit, I mean, I don't know if he's asking us to critique it, but that was a little bit fast of a pan, especially at 30 frames.
Yeah, just a hair.
Yeah, that shot of the lighthouse with the car and the boat, with the whole sort of depth of field that shot had was really nice.
Yeah, and this is great scenery, and it is tempting to just put it up and spin it around to get everything, but people can assume if you just do a slow pan that it's pretty much the same kind of stuff, and it gives your eye a chance to kind of get used to what you're seeing. But that was great. Great first newbie stuff. Appreciate that, Boomer Bob.
Very cool.
Best of luck with stuff in the future. Again, if you're interested in copyright-free music and sound effects, Epidemic Sound, free trial links in the description. If it's not Epidemic Sound, it's crap! Truly crap. All right. A few more videos to get to. The viewer video of the week is just fantastic. I know I say that every time, but it's really, really good. And one more thing, while we have sort of an international panel here, I have ordered a paper map from Amazon, $6.
Wow.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross off the countries that have sent me video. And I want to encourage other countries all over the world. I want to cross all the countries in the world off. I want people from countries who haven't sent in video to send me video. I even got stuff from Iran, right? So we can cross that off.
Yeah.
So if you want to send a video, if you haven't sent one in yet, please do. I'm going to try to spend more time sharing more videos on this stream. So kenheronupload@gmail.com. I want to see places that I haven't seen before. I want
to be paying the bail for people who aren't allowed to fly drones in their country. I think it's about 3 or 4 countries, aren't there, where it's actually illegal.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, just
so those are the ones we want to see, kind of.
Right. Yeah. If you're from one of those countries that's that's like that, just purposely misspell your country. So let's see, Iraq would be ERACK, Iraq.
A rock.
Yeah. But do please send some stuff in, because I really love seeing video from places from countries that I couldn't draw the shape of to save my life. I love those places. All right. By the way, I was on We Talk UAV, with Alex. He's so great. He's from Spain, and I admitted to him on his stream, I was like, I couldn't draw the shape of Spain to save my life. You're a European. Can you draw the shape of Spain? You know what Spain is shaped
absolutely.
like?
Yes.
My apologies.
Portugal is a little lump on the side of it.
Okay.
As well.
What countries border Spain?
France and Portugal.
Okay. I'm going to take
and Gibraltar as well.
I'm going to take your word for it, because if it ain't America, we don't care.
Yeah, Ujimageddon and what's the other?
We got Canada and Mexico, America. Yeah. All right, it's easy to remember. All right, all right. This is from one of my favorite usernames, and I've perfected how to pronounce his last name. It's from Jim Petakowski. And this is a sinkhole, and I think you're gonna like it. Yeah. Ken, some kids found this sinkhole in a marsh in Palatine, Illinois. They were underage drinking in the field, as kids do, because when you're underage and you're a kid, boy, drinking in a field's fun. Anyway, they reported the hole to the village. Turns out that the village had been trying to figure out why there was a discrepancy in the water table, and this solved the mystery. It was a 36-inch water main from Lake Michigan that sources our town. I recorded and shared this with the village, and they used it to help map the repairs, which were done last week. Thanks, Jim Petakowski.
Sinkholes are scary.
Yeah, they are. If you have time, go on YouTube after the stream, of course, and just type in sinkhole compilation.
Oh, no thanks.
And you can just see people walking along, enjoying their day, and whoop, they're gone.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, you never think about just the ground underneath you just opening up, do you?
I do, actually. It's one of my fears.
Is it really?
Is it? It's actually one of my personal fears, yeah.
So you just can't take the ground underneath you for granted?
Yeah. And then I found out that a house that I lived in was actually built on top of a World War II bomb crater. And because the crater was big enough, the builder was allowed to put iron trusses across the crater and build the house over it. So for someone that is afraid of sinkholes and that sort of thing, to find out you basically lived above an open World War II crater that was so big they didn't bother filling it is a little bit scary.
Wow. There is footage, and you can find it again after the stream, but there's footage of an entire lake and trees being drained into this big sinkhole. You seen that one? Where it's just like there's a lake, and then there's a dude on a boat, and then he's like trying to get away, and it's like tree, water, gone.
Yeah. Those ones are cool and they look dramatic. The ones I don't like is this sort of, here at News at 10, we have a sinkhole. We're at the location of Melrose Avenue. And it's some dude's house and a corner of it is gone and half his bed is still sticking and he hasn't been seen since. Those are the sinkholes that I'm like, no, okay, I can't even watch that news item.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I once saw that on the news, and I was like, "There's the top of the dude's bed going into the soil."
Okay, let's try not to think about that. Let's think funny. Let's bring it back up again with our friend Jim Beauchart from Canada. Hey. Yes, he sent in another weekly Beauchart. And by the way, Jim, if you're watching, this is the first one I had to edit because I think it was the first one you did was 30 seconds. The next week was a minute. The week after that was like 2 minutes. This one was like 11 minutes. So I had to whittle it down a little bit. So just keep that in mind. We want them to keep coming, but he's like getting more, okay, this is my time to shine. We'll make it 11 minutes long. So here we go. The weekly Beauchart. Enjoy.
Hi, Ken. Jim Beauchart back again with another episode of the weekly Beauchart. Last week's show was a little touch and go. I can lend you my Commodore 64 if Jeff thinks that will help. These 4 a.m.s really are killing you, Ken. I know. I need my beauty sleep too. I think I speak for all of your fans when they say, don't stop the show. Because we'd be missing videos like this.
Ah, damn it! I went to normal. This controller, this control.
this fucking controller.
Behind the cameras, you know, Ken was saying, "Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me." Here's a little TNL fun fact of where that phrase came from. Christmas Eve, 1776, when George Washington was sailing down the Delaware River. Big storm, winds and rains and the waves. Well, it ended up bouncing and kicking the famous steerman, Nathan T. Cox, out of the boat, never to be seen again. With no direction, the boat crashed on shore. There was a light. It seemed to be a house. It was a house of ill repute. The madam came out and said, "General, how may I serve this great country?" George Washington said, "Well, we're cold and wet. Could you put us up for the night?" And the madam said, "How many of you are there?" George Washington said, 39 of us, without Cox. Nathan T. Cox, she said, "You've got to be kidding." On that note, and bye.
There you go. That's your weekly Beauchart. It was a long walk off a short pier, but still funny. Thank you so much, Jim. Thank you for your efforts.
You know that clip of you f-bombing the controller.
Yeah.
One of the TNL fans, and there's some great people out there. I still remember the little song ditty that someone did with Jake as well. Someone needs to put seminal moments like that together with you smashing the Xbox controller and smashing that little review drone. There has to be like a drum and bass remix of all of that together.
Some like rage compilation.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go back. I did get some super chats earlier. I apologize if I didn't mention them. Oz by Drone, if you're still watching, thank you so much for the $5. He says at least the soundboard never crashes. No, that's true. Here's the soundboard. The soundboard isn't hooked up to the regular computer. That's why it never crashes. Scruff Dog, what a great name. $5, thank you. You're great to get high and watch. Oh, okay. So I guess there's some friends puff giving while we have the show on. That's awesome. Newfoundland Drones for the Canadian $5. Thank you so much. Train Time. Oh, okay. We're trying to get and I missed it. They were trying to get the super chat train going. And Philip Koshat. Thank you for the Koshat. I'm going to see him and a bunch of people in Birmingham, Alabama this Saturday. It's going to be fun. We're gonna fly FPV out there at an abandoned place in Birmingham. Good evening, all. Catch me up. And Mr. FPV with the $10 in memory of Ray Bob. Yes, good old Ray Bob. Still remember him. You know, I should make a Rick Halber, emoticon, shouldn't I? Maybe I'll remember to do that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Now we're gonna play a game for the where's my here it is for one of these GPC SD card holders in mere moments we're gonna play, and it's the Alaska version of slow ass modem game. All right, so we're gonna play that here in a second, but I do have to finish up a couple of these viewer videos, so I need you guys to choose which one to watch right now. Do you want to watch somebody's second time flying the Mini? Or do you want to see some Polish surfing?
To me, there's only one possible there.
Yeah.
Polish surfing.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely. I agree. 100%.
They both sound awesome, but Polish surfing does sound awesome.
And this is from a guy I can never pronounce his Niogran. When you put a C next to a Z, it just messes me up. I just he's never sent me a pronunciation table. Send me a Polish pronunciation for dummies, please.
The only reason Geeksvana and I picked that is we wanted to see you try and pronounce the name.
Yeah. Oh, guess what? Oh, no. I've lost it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not on my thing. Oh, my God. That was terrible. Yeah, it's somewhere. It's got lost in some of the mayhem, but I'm going to save this for later. I'm so sorry. I'm going to save this for next time.
Polish surfing, TBC.
I'm going to put it right here so I won't forget it. Oh, that's terrible of me. So let's watch the mini flight, which I do have.
Nice.
This is in Chino, California. And this is from John Carroll. Says, hey, Ken, this is my second time flying the DJI Mini. I'm on the foothills of the Sierra Mountains, just outside of Chino, California, looking over Big Chino Creek. Music is epidemic sound. What else, he says? Yeah! I love how the background looks like it's not moving in the... Wow. What a great... I mean, if you were moving the gimbal around so much, but wow. Right? I mean, I'm just saying what people are thinking. I'm sorry, buddy. What a great location, though.
Hey, there's a little person down there.
Yeah, for scale. That's nice. I don't know if I'd bring my dog out there. I'd be afraid he'd just go woo off the edge.
Henry.
Well, Henry would, because he's blind. He wouldn't know where a cliff is, you know.
You have to have a little parachute on him.
Yeah, a little doggy parachute.
or one of those wingsuits.
Yeah. Oh my God. Wow, what a cool place.
That is a cool place.
Thanks for sending that in, John Carroll. Awesome.
Ken, just 1 second. I know
Yes,
you were talking about hard to pronounce names and people staying up late. That is my whole original thing. I'm a TNL fan long before I was had my own channel. But there's a guy in the chat, Ivan Drakov, who I think is actually 2 hours later than me.
No.
Over in Eastern Europe, and he's always in the chat. He is one of the moderators, which is good to see. And he's a avid mini flyer, and he's always chatting away to people till the end of the show every week. And I just want to give him a shout out because he is up so late every week.
Thank you, Ivan. Yeah, I see you in the chat all the time. I do go back and I watch the show, even the crappy ones that fall apart in the middle. I go back and I watch and I read all of the chat. I really, really do. And I see him in there all the time.
There are some hardcore fans out there.
There are. And speaking of hardcore fans, now I was supposed to join these people. There was a meetup in Florida that was a combination meetup and memorial for Rick Halber. Right? So this is the South Florida drone meetup in Sebastian, Florida. Here's a little bit of that from Captain Ray. And I'm sorry I missed it, but my car pooped out on me. But here is the video from it.
It's a great day. It's just a great day because everybody got together to fly drones. They've come from all over the country, and I'm here with my good buddy and co-host, Johnny Drone Flyer. He came all the way from Louisiana. So Charlie, tell us, what do you think?
It's awesome. This is great.
I know you shouldn't be talking while you're trying to land it.
It's the best landing I ever did.
But man, you came all the way down from New York, right?
I did, 1,145 miles.
Hello, it's everyone. Stevie! What's happening, brother? What's going on? What's happening? How you doing? Man. How you doing, Stevie? So how was your trip down?
Loving it. It was so smooth. Everything went so great, man. Just perfect.
Bob Casey came from Kentucky and Ron Brown came from New Jersey. Michael Wright was there, as was John Carroll, JC Flying. We also had a lot of new people just show up, and it was nice meeting them for the first time. Art Carlson came all the way from Colorado.
So tell me, did you have a hard time finding this place?
I mean, it's not the easiest place, but you figure you see a bunch of guys standing around, that's probably where it's at.
How you doing? So what do you think, man?
Good spot here.
Glad to have you.
Yes, good to be here. Thanks for inviting.
Rod Hansen was there. Mike Night Train drove all the way down from Michigan, and Dan Sampson showed up as well. And Jim, Above and Beyond Drones, was there. Ed from Love My Drone surprised us also. Adrian from Adrian Mateo Drones was there.
I'm so glad you came, Mike.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
No, really.
Glad to be here. Get ready to put the drone up, and hopefully the wind will calm down. We won't have too much problems.
And Rick Halber was there in spirit, looking down on us from heaven. Ron Lockwood gathered everybody up so he could take a drone shot of this sign in memory of Rick.
Ah, that's nice. I'm sorry I missed that. I really wanted to know what it was like to fly in a hurricane. It sounded really windy.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too.
Isn't that the meet where the FPV drone ended up in the water?
I think somebody flew the and then they
literally 3 seconds after the guy says, "I'm Maverick," as in Top Gun,
right?
And it over his head and splat.
Yeah, and then they retrieved it. Somebody waited out there. And I got
it, which was incredible.
Zeb Meat. Hey, Zeb Meat. Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you very much for the $10. Happy all works. Yeah, so far so good. Ben T. Thank you, Ben T. Reminds me of the meme video of the guy slamming his keyboard into his monitor after the computer locked up. Yeah, I really need to. When something goes wrong like that, I do kind of look around. Do I need that? Can I smash that? I need to just buy breakable things and have them on standby so I don't break the good stuff.
A piñata, so you can hang it here, ready for, and you should draw how many weeks it's been since a wire crash.
Do you think that I could get do you think I just hang this from a string? Can I get a paper mache version of this and just hang it from the ceiling and smash it?
Just use the real one.
Yeah, at least I could get candy if that happens.
Go see if you can get one of the display models from Best Buy, Ken.
Oh, right, that don't have the guts in it.
Yeah.
Right. Gino, man, thanks. $25. My favorite drone show. Hey, I'm waiting on my eyes. My drone got attacked by a falcon. Oh, that's falcon horrible. We need to get those right over to you right away so that you don't get attacked any falcon more. That's terrible. Hold on. There you go. Oh, speaking of birds, let's see if I got it. Where is it? There's a new thing from El Smeghead. Where is that? Where is that thing from El Smeghead? Is this it? Let me preview it off the air. No, that's not it. The new thing. God, I hope I have it.
Probably safe from the El Smeghead folder.
Yeah, it's in the special El Smeghead folder.
It's like, is it quarantined on your computer? Like,
oh my God, why don't I have this?
It has its own special hard drive that's off on its own.
Yeah, they have to have 3 people put keys in and turn it at the same time.
Here we go. Here we go. Since we mentioned a falcon and Jake, what kind of creature is a falcon?
It's feathery, right?
Right, and it flaps. What kind of creature is that?
Winged creature. It's a
elephant.
No.
Bird.
It is a bird.
Well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird is a word. I said a bird. Bird is a word. Bird is a word. Bird is a word. Don't you know about the bird? Well, everybody's heard. That's a whale and a shark. Bird is a word. Bird is a word.
What a nut! I love that. Isn't that great? Isn't that great?
That's awesome.
You weren't ready for that, were you?
Yeah, can I just say that Andy El Smeghead is the senior moderator on my channel.
Oh,
and every live show is like a cross between whether I get sober or had a few drinks, Andy, and it depends on how my show is moderated. It adds an extra spice.
You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I love him.
And people have been asking about my radio station gig. I've been there over a month now. If I stumble, if I look tired, it's because I got up at 4 o'clock every day this week. Still not used to it. I did it for 30 plus years, but I'm getting used to it again. It's just going to bed at like 8 or 9 at night or whatever. That's what gets me. So I have a little bit of audio from this morning, and maybe you'll like it. So this is the kind of morning radio wackiness that you can expect. And if there's a moderator that knows the streaming link, please put that in the chat for everybody. So here we go. Here's a morning show.
Rock 98.3 WJLR. Here's some fun stuff the Brew Crew Morning Show's gotten into lately.
Alexa, what's the latest news in Paducah, Kentucky?
Here's something I found on the web. It has recently been reported that Paducah, Kentucky has legalized marijuana.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But only within the city limits of Paducah.
Oh.
If you leave the city limits with marijuana, you will be arrested.
Oh, my goodness.
But don't worry, when they bring you to jail, you'll still be stoned.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear, Alexa.
So that's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
By the way, Jason, are you holding?
I'm not holding. I got nothing.
Okay.
It's been a long time since I've baked.
Really? Alexa?
Siri and I used to get stoned all the time, but she's so uptight it's no fun.
Well, of course, Siri seems like that kind of AI.
Sure.
Yeah.
Would you like additional information about this latest news?
Yes, please. Tell me more.
I
please.
think I'd
Here's
like to
something I found on the web.
All right.
That story I just reported about marijuana in Paducah is complete bullshit.
Oh.
I think I might be stoned right now.
You probably are stoned if you're talking about that.
Happy April Fool's Day from Rock 98.3.
There you go.
Ha 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 ha.
Start your day with JC and Ken.
Puff puff give.
The Brew Crew Morning Show. Weekday mornings on Rock 98.3 WJLI.
So we have a lot of tomfoolery and we play rock music and it's fun. Did you know you can get her to say anything you want? Okay, all right. That was a lot of editing.
Yeah. I have some interesting ones set up for my relatives and things that I don't tell them about. So
good.
They accidentally set them off and then call me.
You know what? I guess now is probably a good time to talk about remotepilot101.com. Now, remotepilot101.com, there's the website. In the United States, it's the #1 place to go to learn for your Part 107. It's a video learning course with Jason Schappert. The Dreamboat, the blue-eyed, 2-watch wearing Dreamboat. If you use Heron 18, you get 30% off. So that knocks it down to about $104. You pay one time, and that is
30.
good. Yeah. You pay one time.
30% off.
That's a lot of percentage. Yeah.
That's almost double 18.
It is. And, you can go there, and he's updating the curriculum right now to include all the new remote ID stuff that you're going to need to learn. If you have any questions, they're always available in the chat. You can call them up. Even if you're not a member, if you haven't joined, they will still be there for you. remotepilot101.com. And once you graduate, if you graduate from there and you get your certificate, which they almost guarantee that you will be very happy, like my friend Jeff from Atlanta. Check this out. He's happy. He just passed. That's his Remote Pilot 101 dance. There it is. Where's the champagne? Let's pop a little bubbly, buddy. Look, my certificate. I passed. Yay. RemotePilot101.com. Use Heron 18. Get that discount and be as happy as a Jeff right here. Yeah. Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Remote Pilot 101's who I used. And I sent them a message the other day. I was like, hey, all this stuff is changing. When should I take my test to see, when I got to be recurrent and stuff? And Jason wrote me back. It was like, you need to wait till the very end of April so you can do the new testing that's all rolling out April 21st. So I was like, that sounds great.
Right, but don't let your 107 lapse.
No.
Because even if it's just a couple days away from being able to take the online, that's a whole big other thing. And pretty soon, I think they're going to be giving courses on in some places in Europe. They're going to start making that available as well on there. So, all right. So now let's give stuff away. Pick me, pick me, pick me. Pick me, everybody. We're going to pick. We're going to choose.
Me. Oh, wait.
No, you can't do that. Gonna give away GPC.
Geeksvana. I picked Geeksvana.
SD card holders. All right. Let's do 4 of them, okay? So I'll pick a person. Jake, you pick someone, and Sean, you pick 2 people.
Oh.
All right. You pick one regular person and 1 member. By the way, if you want to become a member, now's the time to do it. All right. So I'm gonna pick someone here. All right. I got my guy.
All right. I got mine. Do you have both of yours?
I do.
You got 1 member and 1 non-member, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, excellent. We're gonna play the slow ass modem game. And if you're a millennial, younger, maybe under 30, and you don't know what a slow ass modem is, well, here's Geeksvana to explain.
A slow ass modem is basically, just imagine you have that tunnel that Jake flew in his FPV. That is broadband internet. Okay, that's the water can gush down it. The tiny little crack that started that's dial-up.
it was very slow before it was always on, and you could always depend on it to be fast. Okay, so I've got 4 of these things. What it's going to do, it's going to slowly draw a picture using the slow-ass modem. This is the way us oldies used to enjoy the internet.
Used to enjoy the internet.
The internet, yeah, 300 baud, good times. So this is the Alaska version, and I'm going to ask you, no help, Jake. You can't help with this, okay?
Okay.
Right? So first person in the chat to get this. Okay, first person in the chat to get the answer will win filters from Freewell. If that person is the same person that any one of us picked, $25 cash.
What?
From my pocket. Yeah, $25 cash, okay? We're just doing this once. Now, I'm going to show you something. First person to get it, what this is called in Alaska. Okay? Here we go. Here's the first one. Wind blows 95.
Wire crash.
Oh, back in the good old days.
Yeah, you remember that sound, right?
I used to hit the connect button, go make a cup of coffee, do a load of laundry, do some shopping, come back, and it would almost be connected.
All right, so what is this called in Alaska? Make sure you're in live chat and not top chat. People are saying sky. No, not yet. Here it comes. What do they call this in Alaska? Okay. I think Sunrise Water Media got it. If I'm not mistaken, that is not a snowmobile. Jake, what is that?
That is a snow machine.
Yes.
Also occasionally referred to as a sled.
That's a slang term, but yes.
We don't ride snowmobiles up here. We ride snow machines.
Snow machines, yes. And in Vermont, where I lived, I learned that when I lived there about a week, and all my neighbors were out on them, and I said, "Oh, cool, snowmobiles." They were like, "No." Snow machine. Okay. All right.
Gene in the chat also said normal life. So I think he gets half a point for that.
Did anyone pick
normal life? Me every day going to and from work.
Right. So did anyone pick Sunrise Water Media? Okay. All right. Do we mention the people we picked, or just because we don't want to make them feel bad, right? We don't want to do that.
It's nice to shout out, I suppose.
I guess. All right. So my guy was Brian Anderson. Mr. Anderson. Sorry. Who did you have, Jake?
My guy was Drone Shots.
Okay.
Oh, nice. And I had Johnny DRC and Mr. FPV.
Okay. Very cool. So now this next one, you have to identify who this is. All right. We're doing this for a GPC SD card holder. No hints from Jake. Who will no doubt get.
I already know who this is. I know it.
Is it Sloan?
You think you do, maybe. Look at all those wrong answers. Come on. Yes. Brian Hale got it. I think.
Yep.
Right? Brian Hale?
Nice job, Brian
Good
Hall.
job. Hall. Okay. Who is that, Jake?
That's Jewel.
Jewel. And she's smiling with her mouth shut because her teeth are jacked.
Because she's from Alaska, and she grew up in a little town in Alaska.
She did. Didn't she live in a van down by the river for a while?
Yep.
That is a true story of Alaskan rags to riches. Very good. Yeah. I actually met Jewel. She's a perfectly... I did meet her.
Yeah.
You met her.
She was a person.
She was a person, and I met her.
Yes.
Yep, that's all I'll say. She'll never see this, but she was not nice. All right, but she's from Alaska. All right, so let's do another one, and you have to name. Now, don't name before you see it, but where is this? All right.
Ooh.
I need a location. What
Need a zip code.
what is this? No zip codes. No. This is for
We need GPS coordinates.
Yeah.
right. Latitude and longitude.
I think this was in my backyard.
Yeah. We both.
Yeah. Jake's backyard. Do you recognize it yet, Jake?
Yep.
I don't see the right answer yet.
Not yet.
You pick out the winner when they get it. Ah! Did Leonard get
Do
it?
we count wrong spellings?
Well, I think... Yeah, sure, why not? Who got it?
Was it Leonard Oglesby?
I think it was Leonard, yeah. So, where is that, Jake?
That's Juneau, Alaska, the state capital. And I have been there, and I've walked down that street.
Yeah. Very good. What special thing can you tell us about Juneau?
Aside from the fact it's full of politicians,
Yeah.
because they're all in session right now, it is the only state capital in the United States that is not accessible by road. It is only accessible by very expensive airplane tickets or very expensive boat tickets.
I had heard that. So if you have a car there, you can't leave. Right?
No.
Yes.
No, you get X amount of roadway that you can drive this direction, and that's it.
So-
it is a really cool place to visit, though. It's really, really beautiful.
So if you have a vehicle there, are they all beaters? There's not like any real nice cars there, are there? Are they all beater
No,
cars?
actually, there's a lot of, Juneau has the highest amount of millionaires per capita of any place in the United States.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. What was your last oil check? You get what do they call that? The state pays you to live.
Permanent fund.
Yeah, permanent. How much did you get last time?
Permanent fund dividend. Last year it was $1,600.
Wow.
But that's because a lot of our politicians figured out a way to keep half of it.
Oh.
So.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, I got one more of these. Okay. One more
right.
for a GPC.
So that was Leonard Oglesby, right?
Yeah, Leonard got that for a GPC SD card holder. All right. Yeah. And this is another one where you have to tell me what this is called in Alaska. All right. What is the nomenclature of this? No help from Jake. What is this officially called?
Oh!
Let me know when you see it and see the answer.
We've got like partial right answers so far.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, who got it?
Well, so do we want... Brian Anderson technically got it first.
Okay. All right. And what is this called?
This is an ice cave, a glacier ice cave.
Glacier ice cave, yes. Very good. It's not a printout of my colonoscopy. Oh, look, there's a polyp.
I think that would be Dr. Freeze's colonoscopy, right?
Dr. Freeze.
Very good.
Awesome. Okay, well, that was fun. I did want to mention one thing, a quick aside. In all seriousness about this, I'm going to give you another reason to hate this. And let me know if you've run into this. My buddy Adam, and I wrote it all down because I wanted to be specific about what happened. I haven't had this happen to me, but it is another reason to hate the DJI FPV quad. So, if I'm understanding what happened to Adam correctly, he was flying in Class G airspace that went up to 400-foot ceiling, and then Class E or B. Anyway, a different layer of the wedding cake happened. Before he even got there, and he was flying in manual, at 200 feet, it automatically popped out of manual and went back into normal. So he couldn't even, invalid airspace in this upside-down wedding cake of airspace that we have in the United States. DJI has been so cautious that they will pop it out of manual mode, acro mode,
wow,
before you get anywhere near any kind of other airspace. It allows flight in normal and sport mode up to 200 feet in this area. And I'm going to try to recreate this. But if this is true, this is just another reason why I gotta love Autel a little bit more than DJI, because DJI is trying to think for us as pilots. Autel's like, well, you're smart enough to know what to do and what not to do. So I kind of admire them for that. If I was flying in manual mode and that happened to me, I would just be livid, because that can actually put you in more danger. Your thoughts, Jake, on that? This is in a geo zone, by the way. If you're in one of these DJI geo zones,
that's one of my big gripes about the DJI stuff. Period. Is they've gone so hardcore with their geofencing, and like there are places here that I can fly legally. There's lots of places that I can fly legally, but because our airspace is super complicated in Anchorage, DJI won't let me fly 90% of those places. So I have to just drive out of Anchorage or I have to get approval and go through the whole unlock process, which for me here, for whatever reason with DJI, works 50% of the time, and then 50% of the time I have to go through like 4 or 5 rejects before then I finally get approval. And
right. Or you have to get a token.
It's too much of a pain.
One of those DJI token things where you give them your credit card or whatever the hell, they're still doing that. And then if you're flying in a DJI's a geo zone, it's its own DJI thing. It doesn't match the zones that we have here. So they're overly cautious. And you can't opt out of it. So it's just it's another weird artifact that just makes flying that thing a little bit more frustrating. But I just thought I'd mention it. Hey, very quickly, let's go back in the super chats. Wow. Michael H, thanks for the $5. Huh? What's that?
There's been a few.
There has been. Thank you, Michael H, for the super sticker. $5. Little weightlifting dude. I like that one. Leonard Oglesby with $5 for your DJI FPV pinata. I really got to do that. Northern Tier FPV with $10. Thank you so much. Rob Agnew for the Brew Crew, the morning show, $5. Thanks, Rob. The Mojek with another $5 pounder. WJLI will just love it. Oh, you know what? I never thought of that. That's my radio station's call letters. WJLI will just love it. That's very creative. And then Leonard Oglesby again. I got in just ahead of Sunrise Water Media in the game. Oh, is there some dispute going on?
Well, so there might have been, but then Leonard Oglesby also said to give it to somebody who spelled Juno correctly, and so that would be Ben T.
Oh, okay.
Because I had to scroll way back up in the chat to see.
Shouldn't we let them fight it out in super chat?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
Yes.
Any disputes need to be settled. Yes, any disputes need to be settled in the super chat battlefield.
That's the fairest
what
way
a
to
great
do it.
idea, right? I won it. No, I didn't. Cha-ching. No, I didn't. I did. Cha-ching. No, I did. Cha-ching. No, I did. And I'm like, I'll let you duke it out all night. That's fine. John Baston with $8 Australian, I believe. Hope you're enjoying your Tim Tams. Yes. Now, which one? I mentioned this before. I don't know if he was on. John Baston. Yes.
Ken, has anybody ever sent you Vegemite?
Yes, please don't say that. I don't want Vegemite. I will throw it out. I think actually at customs they will destroy it because it is a biohazard. It's terrible. Yes, Greg sent me some of that. And John, I got your 16 Tim Tams. Some of them are in the freezer, some of them are in my belly, and some of them, well, they will find strewn about my diabetes body. I will eat them all. Thank you so much for these. And in case you weren't watching before, those dark chocolate raspberry ones, holy shit. Yeah, I'll cuss.
They're that good.
They're so good they make me cuss. Damn, they were good. Unboxed Warehouse with $5. I gave all my money to Dobo. This is all I have left. Oh, thanks, man. Now he's on the street. Sorry, buddy. Mark with the $20. Thanks for keeping the show up, Ken. You got it. Don't worry. I say I'll leave, but I don't think I ever would. I actually do love doing this. I love being part of the community. It really means a lot to me. Honestly, sincerely, it really does. I look forward to this every week. I only get frustrated because I do spend 2 solid days putting this together. Maybe it doesn't look like it, but thank you so much, Mark.
It does look like it. I mean, me and Jake also live stream on our channels and things, so we know part of what you go through. But all of the stuff that you've got going on, and all the tech setup, and the 50 different countries that come together to do all their little bits to make TNL happen, then you have to funnel it all into a show. It does show. Hence, it's the biggest drone live show on internet.
Wow! Thank you so much. I do appreciate that.
And when it does glitch, and when you do come back, it's why it goes down to 70 people watching and then back up to 500, because we're waiting for it to come back on. You have a loyal audience, and we love you dearly.
Oh, go on. Bill Bill R. $5. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And the Mojek with another £5. Biggest super chat wins. Lol. Yeah, sure. What do they win? Biggest super chat.
They win the super chat off thing.
Yeah, if it depends on how big the super chat is. If it's big enough, you could win Ken's DJI FPV drone.
You win bragging rights.
Yes, bragging rights.
Gino, you know what? Actually, I thought about doing that once for a contest, but you skirt the line with YouTube community rules with a lottery. You can't do a lottery. You
have to have a lottery license, don't you, basically? And yeah.
Well, it's chance and consideration. It's kind of like radio rules. You can't eliminate the people that can't super chat in order to do a contest. So, and it's just not fair. It's kind of douchey, because it would just be.
Okay, I'm just going to go cancel my competition for next week.
Yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead and do that. Gino. $5. Thanks, man. Would you buy the DJI FPV again? No, I wouldn't. No. I honestly only got it for content on my channel, and because I was curious about it, and I've satisfied my curiosity in the first 2 minutes I flew it. It's not. I'll be honest. It's not terrible. It's great technology. It's packed full of great stuff, but it is fragile, and you will break it. You will break it. If you haven't broken yours yet, you will. You will. Just be aware of that. And Philip Koshat, hey, there's super shat all over the place. $2 from him for the Vegemite sandwich. No Vegemite, please. Leonard Olga, somebody's gonna send it for a joke, and I'm not gonna accept it. No, I will, of course. I'm just not gonna eat it. Leonard Oglesby, $10. My fixed income pension limits my ability to super chat. Wrestle. Oh my goodness. Please don't make me feel guilty about that. I'm on a fixed income and I'm giving you some of my money. I appreciate it, but please, here's what I picture. I picture Leonard be like, do I buy my medicine or give Ken $10? I'll give it to Ken. And then I'm like, I'm not going to not take it. I'm not going to refund it, but I'll feel bad about it for a little bit. Thank you very much, Leonard. And holy hell on a stick. Look what happened.
Right?
Oh, man. Hold on. Stop the show. What did I win? Lol. Yes, you did.
I'm done.
Unboxed Warehouse, $100. Holy hell. All right, see you, Jake.
You need $101.
See you, Jake. See you, buddy. $100. Wow, that is a rare thing to see. Not to diminish all the other super chats, which I'm equally excited about. I love all my children. But that's a pretty color, that red. Yes, thank you. What did he win? And now here is Jake to tell you what you won.
You win Ken's everlasting respect and gratitude. And Geeksvana will be over to your house shortly to trim the shrubbery.
Yes, and what else did they win? Sean, what else did Unbox Warehouse?
A lifetime supply of Ken Dobo panicking over alligators.
And we're going to give you the home version of TNL plus a box of Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat. Thank you.
And Ken might throw in a jar of Vegemite for free.
No. By the way, all those delivery drone things, I meant to do a little demonstration about that. Now, let me just go around Robin here. Do you think that in 10 years we will see these kind of drone deliveries that these companies are dreaming of? Jake?
Nah, I think it's gonna be longer than 10 years. I think it's gonna be longer than that.
Yeah. Sean?
I do think we'll see it within 10 years, yes.
Within big cities that we're already seeing. But I'm talking about sending
some rural as well.
Sending tube socks out.
Not in the States. This is going to go China, Europe, States. So it's going to be 20 years before you see it in the States.
Okay. All right. When I see those videos, those hopeful videos from these GoFundMe companies with all their fancy little drone stuff on strings and special mailboxes and everything, I think back to the early 20s and 30s. You know those black and white films that were like, hey, here's a look at the future. We're all going to be driving around in jetpacks. That's right, no more cars. Everybody's going to zip to work on a jetpack. It's going to be wonderful. We'll have personal helicopters and everything. No more sidewalks. It'll all be moving conveyor belts. No longer need to walk in the future. And it's just ridiculous that we think that we're going to have these drone delivery drones. We're just not going to happen.
Yeah, I think it is in different formats. Like there's a couple of trials going on in the UK at the moment, where it's actually we do have grocery wholesalers delivering, and we also Samsung are delivering mobile phones as well. It is going to be very restricted, and but it is going to happen, mainly because there's just so much money behind it. It's going to be one of those things that it's almost going to get dreamed into happening because of the amount of money that's being plowed into that industry at the moment.
Yeah, and if it does happen, it'll happen a little bit, but it won't be as widespread as, say, I don't know, delivery trucks.
Yeah, well, and then there's the other problem. Not to go down the rabbit hole too much, but they did test this in Canberra, and you could in Australia, and you could actually order a cup of coffee, which would be with you within, I think it was like 13 minutes or something. And the trial was actually cut short due to noise complaints. So the residents of Canberra actually were up in arms with these noisy Google.
Right. Well, that's what I'm always saying is there's going to be laceration complaints because people are litigious. And anytime you hover a drone or drop something from a great height, somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody's going to sue Amazon. Amazon's going to discontinue their drone program. And that'll be it. It'll be just medical drones delivering defibrillators, blood, medicine to other hospitals. But it's not going to be. I'm not going to ever in my lifetime. I hope that 100, 200 years from now that these videos are still available. These old 2D videos that aren't 3D holograms and they're so immersive with they're going to go back and let's watch one of Ken's old scratchy 1080 videos. Let's watch that. And you can hear me say, I'm just not going to live to see all tube socks. Who's going to wear tube socks in 200 years? But I'm saying, you're not going to be able to see this kind of drone delivery. I stand by it. I stand by it.
But surely they'll just be watching Ken's brain in a jar on TNL 1002.
That's right. You know what? In all seriousness, that what is that technology called where you can put a fake?
Likely to happen, I suppose, isn't it? Actually,
deep fake. Yeah, I don't know if anybody would care to make a deep fake of old Ken, but they will make deep fakes of all your favorite actors. One day it'll be photoreal. You won't be able to tell the difference. It'll be John Wayne in a space movie. I mean, you just and then their families will license out their likeness, and it'll be a whole weird thing. Anyway, just a few more super chats, and then we're going to get to the viewer video of the week, and then I'm going to gorge myself on Tim Tams. All right? And here's another last name. Oh, good grief. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I know. I want to hear you pronounce this one.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I think he super chatted just to hear me say it. And now here's Jake to pronounce.
He super chatted twice.
Andrew. Here's Jake to pronounce Andrew. I'd say it's Andrew.
Oh my lord.
Oh, the Z's got to be silent. He's laughing his ass off somewhere. All right, Andrew.
Ozindovsky.
Ozindovsky. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
I don't think I would have put that together, but thank you, Sean. You worldly European, you. Andrew Andrew O with the $5. Rest in peace. Gary Muleberger from Life Below Zero. Yes, thank you. And Ben T with the $5. We will have flying cars before we have drone deliveries. Yes. And Andrew, how'd you say it again there, Sean?
Ozendowski.
Ozendowski. That does make sense. $2. Hi, Ken. Thanks for your content. You bet. All right. So we did all the things. Good Lord, this is a long stream. So let me get to.
You know, on the flying cars thing, I really hope not. Self-driving cars, yes, absolutely. The amount of people that text and drive up here when the roads are nothing but glare ice everywhere. And I'm thinking, and you're going to get behind the wheel of a flying car and hurtle through the air at hundreds of miles an hour? No.
You also have to remember with AI and automation, it doesn't really matter what you call that flying thing, be it a car or a drone taxi, or we're not going to have any kind of control of it. Anything that leaves the ground and has normal people in.
I wouldn't, us old fuddy-duddies, we're not going to trust it. It'll have to be the next generation. Because seriously, everybody's still manually driving a car. Anybody that has been driving for a majority of their life is not going to give up that control to say, oh yeah, let some computer do it. I'm good with that. You know, grandpa's not going to be like, yeah, I embrace that technology. I totally trust it. Because it's just not going to happen. It'll have to be the next generation that grew up with it.
For a whole generation, there'll be all of us in our flying cars driving around on the ground still in traffic jams. They'll be like, we invented flying cars. There's even more traffic now.
Yeah, right. It'll be.
And our grandkids will be going, Grandpa, if you just push that button, we could just go up and go over all of this. And be like, no. I'm driving this car.
Yeah. Chain this crazy thing. Yeah. No. So yeah, get you and your flying car, get off my lawn. That's what I say. All right. So this video, now I only have 2 more left. This one and the viewer video of the week. Okay. So this is from Minocran Mullet, which is a cool name. Not a lot of explanation. Section 2, the third piece of the Golden Ray wreck is towed to the port of Brunswick. This is really cool. I call it Holy Ship. So they salvaged. They salvaged this ship.
Yeah.
Have you seen this? Look at that.
No, but I know what ship it is. They literally sawed that ship into pieces using a giant chain between those towers.
Oh, cool. So was this isn't the Concordia, is it?
No. This is bigger than the Concordia.
Yeah, this is just some.
This ship was carrying a whole bunch of cars.
Oh, it was that.
Oh, look at that. Yes, look at the cars in it. Like little matchbox things. And they just left the cars in there, sawed it in half. The hell with it. God. What happened? What's the story with that? Did it sink or burn, or what did it do?
I think there was a problem with it shifted, didn't they? And then it
everything shifted and it tipped over, capsized.
Because if a certain percentage of the vehicles or cargo shifts, it's done for, basically.
Oh, right. Then they weren't tied down. That is fantastic.
And that's amazing, isn't it? Because that's once in a lifetime drone footage there. So well done.
Oh man,
that's
amazing. Very well done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Minocran Mullet.
All the FPV guys were going. I could go right through that. I could go right through there.
Yeah, but you have to stuff like that. You have to either. Where's the there we go. You have to. Sorry, Sean. You have to either be super confident and have a way to get the drone back, or just kind of, send it and pray that it doesn't fall in, because then that's it. You're not gonna. Hey, ship guys. Hey, I know you're busy and all with your big equipment and everything, but I was flying my little drone. Could I climb up on the pile of cars and get it? Oh, I can't. Okay, sorry, I asked.
I think it's in the Mazda.
No.
That Mazda up there, I think it's.
It was a blue one? One?
It was blue. I know they're all burned now. Yeah, there was anything that looked like it might have been blue.
Now.
Yeah. All right. Now for the viewer video of the week, and then we're going to get the hell out of here. This prize is from freewellgear.com. Thank you, Freewell Gear, very much for providing the prizes. Do go check them out, freewellgear.com. And they have these new, for the DJI POS, you can, put this on the lens and stop down your frame rate, do all that kind of stuff. All right, so that's cool. And now the winner. The winner is the viewer video of the week, and the winner of the freewheelgear.com filters is Levi Connolly. And this is someone who, this is, I think, the first video that they sent in.
Oh, wow.
From Levi Connolly. He says, Ken, I just wanted to share with you the new video I made the other day. I hope you find some free time to check it out. I'm struggling with the limited music I'm able to add to my videos and was hoping you might have some advice with that. Have a good day, man. Levi. And I have some advice, and the advice is use Epidemic Sound. Free link in the description for 30 days. And remember, if it's not Epidemic, it's crap! And so what I did was I replaced your crappy music with Epidemic, and I hope you like it, Levi. Here it is, your viewer video of the week from Oregon.
Nice backup flying through the trees there.
Yeah. What a great spot to take off from.
That shot right there makes me think of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
We're about to.
My precious. That's a lot of damn trees, man.
It is. And there's some big ones there, too.
Yeah. Old growth stuff. Yes, nice. That was nice. See how music can set the mood? You know what I mean? I think I think the music he had in there was like I mean, it just wouldn't have been the same, you know.
No.
Yeah. So Epidemic Sound. There you go. And thank you very much, Levi. Now, if you're a winner of anything, make sure you email me here and remind me, because I'm old and I forget stuff. KenHeronUpload@gmail.com. You can send in your video there as well. Make sure to let me know what music you've used, because some places, well, they'll say, our music is free. Sure, use it as you want. But then down the road, after you've used it, they'll be like, you know what? I'll start charging for that. And then you're screwed.
Yep.
Never get that with Epidemic. So, wow. Leonard, thanks, man. Appreciate it. With the $5 from Leonard again. Don't feel too guilty, Ken. I have a very healthy pension as a former employee of the state of California. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I won't feel guilty now, as long as you can get your medicine. And Unboxed Warehouse with the $20. If you can check your email, I sent you a video I made with some footage from Drone Supremacy. I used the probe lens for the B-roll. Okay. Well, I'll check that out for next week. Thanks, everybody, for your support and for hanging out this whole time through the debacle that was the beginning of the show. I pledge this to you, that it will not happen next week. It will not. Because, by golly, I'm gonna get Jeff to...
because Ken and I are both going out to sacrifice our DJI FPV drones to the drone gods so that it won't ever happen again.
Do you want to do drone jousting? Where we just, like... we'll tie a stick onto it, like a pointy stick, and we'll try to jam each other's eye out with it.
Yeah.
You know what?
That sounds like a great video.
People would seriously get mad. Every time I break a drone or something on purpose, even though it's something that I bought myself and it's mine and I can do whatever the hell I want with it, inevitably somebody's like, "Oh, why'd you do that, man? It's a perfectly good drone. You could have given it to me." Right? Because I wanted to light it on fire and see how long it would fly. I wanted to fly it into a wall and film it at 10,000 frames a second. I wanted to fly it into a wood chipper and just have it go. I wanted to do all that.
What you need to do, Ken,
Yeah.
is come up here with yours, and we can both go fly ours at high speed with your 10,000 frames a second camera into a glacier ice wall and see what happens.
Yes.
Oh, can I just hang out in front of a glacier and wait for it to calf on top of me? Hang out down by the water and just wait for it to go, and just take it out and never see it again?
Yeah. You could do that.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. I really am going to gorge myself on Tim Tams. I think we got one more super chat. Michael Pepper Tech with the $4. Thank you very, very much. And I think we did get, he says, "You're my favorite, Ken. Don't tell Dobo. Lol." So of all the Kens you know, I'm your favorite, and I appreciate that. Thank you. But we do need more Kens. Ken and I were going to do a show called Ken Squared. So we're working on that. But, wow. And this is the longest I think we've ever had the guest on. But you don't mind.
I was going to say that. I kind of feel like maybe you've kept me in case it crashes if you...
Yeah, no. I just wanted to see...
Fun, though, thank you.
I wanted to see when you're going to fall asleep. What's the time check in London?
Time check in London is 3:45 a.m.
Oh, my God.
Which means, as Ivan's just put in the chat, it's 5:55 a.m. in Bulgaria, Sofia, where he is right now.
Wow.
Yep.
Thank you.
He is beating me. And he's going to work in a minute as well.
I really do appreciate everybody who is watching this live from various countries where the sun is coming up soon. And on that note, we will say goodbye.
We hope you enjoyed the show half as much as you...
Wait a minute. Hold on. I know we did an emergency Razz, but we didn't. It's been playing in the background the whole time. We need to do a regular Razz, man. What do we?
Well, and especially now that Sean can join us in the Razz, we really need to.
Let me just take these pants off.
You know, I do a horribly terrible British accent when we're in here, and now that we have a real Brit with us.
I do a pretty bad American accent, so we could kind of swap.
There you go. So, sir, how are you doing in the Razz?
Well, howdy doody, I'm doing great, thank you, Mr. Ken.
Is my English accent as terrible as your American accent?
It is, and the craziest thing is that people can't see Jake's face, but it's a picture listening to our accent.
Well, there's one rule and one rule only here, as I do my Stewie impression. What is that rule, sir?
Well, that rule is no sharting or farting in the Razz.
Yes, please don't fart in the Razz, but do enjoy. Just in time. Shame on you, just in time. You farted in the Razz at the very end of the show.
Justin Time's been throwing shade all night, and he was saving that up for specifically when we got into the Razz.
Wait. Hold on. Just in time, is that asparagus? Ew.
We hope you enjoyed the show half as much as you would have if it had been twice as good.
Thank you so much, Jake Sloan, for doing all you do in Alaska, for hanging out with us here for the 9-hour stream. Much appreciated there.
Absolutely.
Sean, Geeksvana, links to their channels in the description. I do encourage you to subscribe and check out their live streams. Tell us very quickly when your live streams are. Jake, go.
Wednesday night, 4 p.m. Alaska time, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Sean.
Thursday, 9 p.m. UK, 4 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, and remember, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Did I hit a button? Maybe. Until next time. Bye.
And bye.
Bye.
You'll enjoy Thursday Night Live with Ken Heron and Kelly, Jeff and Ashley too. There'll be fun and quizzes and Kelly's misses. The bird is the word in the news. It's the #1 live stream, it's got pizzazz. There's only one rule, don't fart in the Razz. If you think it's funny, super chat some money, 'cause TNL is here for you. Yeah!